Hey everybody, this is going to be my first Master of Command live stream. I've already got a ton of the achievements, but I need to knock out a couple more. I figured I'd try and do some on stream. So today we'll be playing as Prussia, and we'll be creating Space Marines, going Soldier King's Legacy, so heavy infantry combat effectiveness plus 20%. These guys are insanely strong, so we're going to try and use them as much as we can. I've tried to go all heavy infantry, and you can do it, but it's very painful. So we'll have just a smattering of other units, but for the most part, we'll be sticking to these guys. Now, to get this achievement right here, the Old Core, we need Iron Man with 3 difficulty modifiers. Iron Man is on. We need to get 3 modifiers here, so we got to figure out what to do. Hey, Attila, and Ms. Nim, what's up? The Senate, no energy. What's going on, guys? Oh, wow. We got 1 viewer, but 4 people commenting. There we go. Oh, it just popped up to 15. I was going to say, that's some odd YouTube math. Hope you guys are having a good morning, afternoon, wherever you're at. It is, what, 9 a.m. here? So, all right. So let's figure out what we want to do for these. Do 1,000 test battle with cavalry patch. Yeah. So I don't really want officer death chance because we're going to be running our guys pretty thin. Same thing with regiment replacement. I shattered unit loss 40%. That's fine. Enemy campaign movement range speed is fine. You cannot run them anymore anyways. You used to be able to cheese it where they would just chase you all over the place. It was kind of funny. Almost 11 o'clock in Indonesia. Oh, it's almost bedtime for you then. Oh, so this is what Master of Command is. Yep, A-Slinger. This is Master of Command. Crap. What do we do here? I don't like most of these, to be honest. 1 regiment in each enemy brigade is actually, it can actually be a good thing. So it makes your enemies a lot harder, but you can also earn more XP and get more loot. So I actually don't mind that. So those will be our 3. We got Iron Man mode on. Take one last look because I might want to save scum this a couple times till we get a good starting trait. So one of the achievements, kill 1 million men. I already have that one done. Here, I'll show you. Yeah, I've got many kills. Where are you? Well, I've killed 2.1 million people. I've doubled it at this point. I've played this game a lot. I just haven't been making videos or streaming it as much for some stupid reason. Just because I'm an idiot. But anyways, yeah, that's that one's no big deal. You'd be surprised how fast it goes. I think by the time you hit maybe 80 to 100 hours, you'll probably have 1 million kills. It's not as bad as it sounds. Face reveal, probably not for a long time. We'll see. Favorite nation? I don't have a favorite. I like them all. They're all different. If I had to say what my favorite was in the early game, when I first started, it was probably the Britain or UK, whatever. These guys are good. Yeah, grinding out England. Yeah, England's one of the better ones, in my opinion, for beginners. I find that they are a little easier to deal with. Some of the other ones, like the Russians, are kind of difficult to when you're a beginner. Let's get this going before I slow this down too much. Herr Lindstrom, wie geht's? How you doing? All right, we are looking for something that we can use. Increased thalers stolen per regiment. That's not really going to be good for us. Reservists, that's not really good for us. Ammunition consumption in battle is okay, but it's not great, to be honest. It's not great. I was thinking of something charge damage related, morale, or melee damage. So I might save scum this. Damn it. Yeah, let me, I'm going to do it a couple times till I get one that I feel better about. What kind of game is this? So if you've ever played those Civil War games, the Ultimate General, it's kind of like that, but I would say more interesting because it adds more roguelite. You can equip units with specific items and stuff. You can stack bonuses. So it's just a lot more interesting, but it's along those lines. If you've played Ultimate General Civil War, any of those games, then you'll kind of have an idea what this is. All right, let's try it again. So you can do this as many times as you want. Just if you don't get a good starting set of doctrine and units, just restart. Infantry combat effectiveness and movement speed. That's actually really good. Combat effectiveness, army XP gain, not good. Recruitment cost for officers, not really that important. I do like this a lot. Infantry movement speed and combat effectiveness. It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. 5%'s not that much. My first ever random event fight was an outpost. I chose to see a tough enemy patrol and boom, 2.9 versus 8.5. That's, if you've got good cannons and good front line, you can do that, but otherwise you're toast. Definitely not gonna make that. Took me years to get the kill a million men in ETW and NTW. Got it. Yeah, this one has pretty big scale, so you know it's not uncommon to fight an army of 20,000, 25,000 in the mid to late game. So you know you do a couple of those, you've already got 100k. So that was your first ever interaction with the game. Well, that was a rude awakening then. I don't think I said hi, Travis Bickle. What's going on? So I think I missed you. Like I said, this is good. I'm gonna try maybe a couple more times. Let me just see if I can get one that's more impactful than 5%. 5% for that specific bonus is actually pretty good. But I had something else in mind. I wouldn't mind the casualty reduction. See, like this one's good if we're going for a different type of campaign. Accuracy, we're not going to be shooting as much. Melee damage is actually really good. But it screws over our accuracy by 10%, which is going to hit... it's going to hit our cannons, which is not good. However, this does give us the Winterfeld Grenadiers. These guys are really, really, really strong. So I'm actually going to go with this. Yeah, I'm glad I safe scummed. This is good. So a lot of our combat is going to be melee, except for our cannons. We'll have a couple cannons just so we can counter their cannons. But aside from that, I think we've got ourselves a decent start. And I'm really glad we got Grenadiers for the special unit. So here is the plan. Get rid of the grenades. They're good, but they're kind of gimmicky, to be honest. Maybe in the late game when you have one unit that's going to take out like 10 units at a time, you can clear them out with that. But in the early game, it's probably better just to charge people. What stat line would you say is the least important? It depends on your army composition. It really depends on what you're going for. So for example, if you're playing as the British, you probably want to be more stationary. So in that sense, probably movement speed is the least important because you're going to set up along a line, trees, buildings, and then you're not going to move a whole lot. So movement speed is pretty much irrelevant for you. If you're like us, Prussia, we absolutely need as much movement speed as we can because we need to close the gap and minimize the casualties. So yeah, it depends. I hate using that answer, but it really does. So here we've got morale, movement speed and morale, movement speed and morale. So we're gonna stack one person with as much of this stuff as we can. So the dog is, any animal is like a special item. They just boost your units an insane amount. So always take that. Morale and morale. We're gonna go for high morale so that he can get that bonus. So you get a bonus for being above morale. Above 75 you get a bonus, and then above 100 you get another bonus. It's even bigger. So if we do this one... The only thing I don't like is that we don't have the medicine on him. So I'm going to go ahead and do it like this. We'll go ahead and throw the grenades back on because we don't have a slot for that anyways. And by the way, Griffin, I don't know if you're ever watching this. Please let us do this. Dude, I hate the fact that you can't move you have to like unequip and re-equip to move stuff around. They're really good about adding stuff, by the way. There's a bunch of stuff I had a list to complain about, and then they patched it, and it was like more than half the stuff I had on my list they had already fixed without me saying anything, so they're on top of it. But that is one that didn't get fixed, so kind of an annoyance. Now, in the early game, we want to get probably as much money as we can. Now, the plan here is to go in heavy with our front line. Would you do grandma tutorial? Yeah, I will probably do a grandma tutorial. I was going to, but then I realized I wasn't playing on the release patch, and I didn't want to get used to the release patch and then put out a guide that was not even relevant on day one. I'm pretty comfortable now, so I think I could do it. what do we do here against these guys? They are frontier recruits. They're not very good. We actually outshoot them by quite a lot. And then we need to out DPS those cavalry. So what we'll probably end up doing, let's just start it. Yeah, I think we'll probably just chill along a fence post, let them come to us. The further out you stretch your formation, the more firepower you do. So, like if I shoot from, say, like this position, it's going to do maybe 10 damage. If I shoot from this position, fully stretched out, it's going to do like 20 damage. I mean, it's a significant amount. So always make sure you have the right formation based on what you're trying to accomplish. And in this case, we're just going to outshoot these guys. Normally, we're grenadiers. We would want to get in close. They're going to come to us with these cavalry. I don't want to charge into them and have the cav counter charge us. So we're just gonna do this, and then we can harass these guys. Just harass them with this. Try and bait them in, maybe. Yeah, here we go. See, they get not to be too crude, but they get horny for your general, and then that baits them in. So there we go. That's a pretty easy kill. We're actually gonna get a second kill, and what I might want to do is just charge in there. Charge our general as well. Your general is basically free troops. You know what? We probably don't need to do that. Just shoot these guys. Yeah, they're pretty much broken. This guy can come back. We're gonna get volleyed one more time by these guys. Let's get back into cover and make sure we don't take as many casualties. So we want most of our casualties to be on this unit since it has the casualty restored item. So you always want to lead with your... You want to build around a specific formation or format, whatever you're trying to go for. And in this case, we're going real heavy on our front line. So we want all the damage to go to that specific unit. We'll build that even more. We'll get surgeons and other stuff. Strat is a master of commanding looters. Exactly. Probably the most annoying thing, in my opinion, but completely reasonable, is that they'll sometimes camp behind their RD as much as you let them. Yeah, so they didn't used to do that, but they do it now, and I'm glad they do, because it's really easy to cheese them the other way with the previous patch. So yeah, I get it. It's annoying, but definitely for the best. Yeah, I think we still want to get as much money as we can, because we need to hire some units. Yeah, so to keep people from camping, just get better artillery. So focus the early game on getting really good artillery. You only need 4, and you can pretty much win any battle with 4. So I usually go for more than that if I'm trying to min-max. If you're not trying to min-max, you just, you know, get your 4 and then you're good to go. This we will probably use on our cannons. I don't know that we'll get cavalry. I might save this. If we do get cav, I'm not really worried about their melee damage received. It's mostly going to be... Yeah, we'll see. Glad you're picking up the game. Hey, Kaiser. Yeah, I know. I'm finally streaming it. I've got like 150, 160 hours in the game. It's kind of... I should have done it sooner, but... It's so hard to stream when you got kids. It really is. It's, it can be challenging. Alright, let's get this out. Let's get that swapped. So we're going to frontline with this, and then we're going to follow charge with this unit, because this unit has charge bonus, and then morale damage received minus 15, that's fine. So we'll stack the morale with this guy. He'll take all the punishment, he'll get casualty replenishment, and we'll kind of go from there. So you can see that last fight, we took 230 casualties, but because of the items that we have, we only needed 90 to replace, so pretty good. Now, we need to get convoys and encampments. Convoys being the more important one, so we can get that plus 25% melee. Forget cav, go horse archers all out. Yeah, I wish they had horse archers, that'd be kind of cool. Although I don't... Yeah, I think they did have them back then too. Specific people were still using them. Ooh, interesting. So we can get a free unit here because we have worn uniforms. So don't always sell these. Oh, these are the good ones too. Damn, I wish we had the bad ones. because that's worth 150. It's still a good trade though, because this unit's going to cost us 3 something. So it's like a 4-to-1 in our favor. Oh, not the Frycore. I freaking hate these guys. I don't hate them, but they're just not that good. Let me compare them to... Maybe I just use those guys for my artillery then. Family first? Yeah, for sure. For sure. So these guys have 150 unit size, which is 6 cannons, 25 accuracy, and 35 reload. What do we have with the Frycore? So these guys are 15 and 50, so really not accurate, but fast shooting. And low unit count, so yeah, not going to be good there. We could use them for a Hussar. I guess that wouldn't be terrible. I didn't really want to get Cav, but like 1 unit of Cav is fine. A free auxiliary? Yeah, they're just not that good. The Jaegers, I guess, but we're not really going for that. And the Grenadiers are okay, but it's only 1,000 units, and their stats are not as good as the ones that we're using. So like these guys, 45 and 30 at 1,200 units. 45 and 35 at 1,000. So 5 more melee, but 200 less units. 1,000 units will get chewed up really quickly when you're going against artillery. So I am not a huge fan of that. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll probably just turn him into a Hussar, and then at some point we'll swap him in and out depending if we need him or not. So that'll be that, I guess. Now they haven't fixed it yet, so I'm going to keep using it, but you can toggle... Oh boy, I didn't see that actually, I wasn't paying attention. That might be the end of the campaign right there. We might have to restart. This is a tough fight. Probably not going to win this, to be honest. But we'll see. You never know. Grenadiers are pretty insane. Their Hussars are only 400. Well, I don't mind the low unit count for Cav, because I don't use them to go head-to-head. I mostly use Cav to run down people so that they don't come back. And then I'll use them to engage artillery, but not a whole lot else. So they are going to get into melee with us. Yeah, it looks bad. It looks really bad, but maybe it's not so bad. We'll see. Yeah, we'll probably need to stay somewhat compact here. And I don't know what we're going to do with these Frycore, because they're going to get stomped. Let's get them in group 1, group 2, group 3. I do that in Bannerlord all the time. Yep. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I didn't think there'd be a giant army right off the bat, so... But it is what it is. Alright, they might not engage in melee with us right away, which would be interesting, but let's see what they do. I'm gonna keep Frycore in reserve, because I feel like these guys are just not gonna be doing a whole lot of good. I might just use them to block the enemy from flanking us, and that's about it. They're not really meant to get kills. They have all recruits, so if we get into melee without using too much stamina, using too much of our... too many lives, then I think we'll be okay. What I'm going to do, let's try and stick to the city so that we can maintain our cover. Alright, let's... No, the Hussars aren't coming in. I thought they were going to charge us, but they're not. Alright, let's get these guys unfurled. Yeah, see, they're coming in. Alright, let's... Are we braced? We are braced, so I'm going to let them charge. Yeah, they're going to charge. That's fine. This is actually good for us. Once we get rid of their Hussars, we're pretty much done. We don't have to worry about too much else. We just need to get into melee with these guys. So why don't we send these guys over here to deal with the other side of the river? Because we'll deal with these, no problem. Yeah, I think we can actually win this. I'm pretty confident we can win this. All right, let's countercharge these Hussars. Make sure they don't re-engage us later. No, I can't. They're going to get out too fast. That's fine. Jesus Christ, that hurt. Alright, we need to charge them. And then charge them. So that's 2 more down. We should be able to handle that one, no problem. Let's just get into firing range here. Like I said, we'll keep this guy busy so we don't have to worry about him. We're gonna completely smash these guys without any issues at all. Yeah, run them down till they shatter. Perfect. Now stop chasing. Stop running. Stop doing that. Okay, yeah, run them down actually until they shatter, please. And then there we go. Try and get some more stamina back. All right, there we go. So they're split in two. And we're gonna do some cheeky stuff here with our commander. We could easily rush these guys, run them down actually. And I kind of want to do that before the hussars come back. Oh, he's moving up. Yeah, we need to stay... Let's stay in cover. Yeah, okay, there you go. So they got their volley off. Running across the river when we're already tired is not going to be a winning strategy. Leaving our commander out in the open to get volleyed from in the face is not a winning strategy either. This might be bad. Oh my god, yep, that's what I was worried. I thought we can get across. I wasn't even paying attention. I thought we can get there a little faster than that. So the Fry Corps probably going to retreat. These other guys will most likely not. Surf recruits. Oh, that's right. They have higher morale. Alright, do not let them off the hook. Don't let them off the hook. I don't want anybody recovering. Alright, so they're done. You can stop attacking. And let's just regain our stamina all the way. As soon as our general leaves the map, we're going to have an issue with morale. Now, I'm going to move back because I don't want to cross the river. I want them to cross the river. So we'll let this guy recover while... Yeah, there he goes. So once you're done reloading, just have him sit still. Yeah, let's just pull all the way back. Both these guys cross the river. Yep. So once our general left the field, then we get hit with the morale. That's why our Fry Corps left, which is fine. I don't really care about them, to be honest. Okay, this is going to be for all the mob rolls. We need to make sure we have enough morale or enough stamina. It looks like we will, actually. We should be fine. Let's get back a little bit farther. Frederick, no, I don't think your general can ever get killed. I think he just shatters. And then you take a morale hit, but there's really not a big deal. Like, you don't lose units for it, so kind of like, who cares? All right, these guys are pretty much ready to go. So I'm going to march within the 99% cover. Actually, this guy doesn't have a volley ready. So I'm just going to charge before he gets that off. We'll double charge. This guy will probably we'll have to run back, get him next before he gets a volley off. Perfect, and then we won. It looked bad, but it's not that bad. Yeah, the Grenadiers are just disgusting in the early game especially. So there we go, we won. Yeah, we got a little bit lucky with the map. That map definitely helped us, but... Yeah, melee in the early game is very good. Especially against these types of units. If you start going up against other Grenadiers, you're gonna basically attrition yourself down unless you outperform them in like the melee stats. But in terms of against anything else, Fusiliers, most cavalry, you know, Jaegers, you basically destroy them all. Now this one we have to take replenishment because we just don't have enough troops and we don't want to go down below zero. Oh, yeah, that's right. So we take an extra 40% casualties if we get a unit that shatters. And our Fry Corps, they didn't even take our Fry Corps were at like 50 losses, but because they shattered, that burned a lot of manpower. Ouch. Okay, not a big deal. All right, and then let's get this guy with a medicinal herb as well, since he's going to be in the front line. It's the strat. Little play on words there. Alright, let's give this guy some morale, because he's going to be just dog poop until we can get him leveled up. Honestly, I should just disband him. This is such a waste. But if we can get him to level 4, just put him as a cav. I don't care how bad these cav are. Like I said, just to run down units, I think it's fine. Would you recommend playing this game? 100% Machine. Yeah, I highly recommend it. It's really fun. So when I first started playing, it was fun, but I wasn't really hooked. But then the more I played it, the more I got into it, because there's so many combos you can do. There's so much creativity you can pull off. So it's really fun. Now for here, we want to mostly spend our resources on melee damage. Ooh, wow. Minus accuracy or melee damage received. I actually don't mind melee damage received for an extra 5%. Because remember, we already have... Oh, we don't have it yet. Yeah, we don't have it yet. But we will have it soon. We'll have a plus 25% once we get this. So, alright, let's get into town. This game looks like it was inspired a lot by Total War. I like it as a feel the CA needs some competition. I would say it's not really Total War competition. It's more, if you've ever played a game called Cossacks, it's like that, or Ultimate General Civil War. I would say it's more direct competitors with that game than it is Total War. Total War, the campaign map is a lot more different, but yeah. Do you plan to do full guides on the game? I probably will. Yeah, I've got enough knowledge now that I feel like I can make pretty much a guide on everything. The one thing I'm not familiar with is ranged cav. I've just not had good luck with cav and their ranged attacks. I feel like they're kind of dumpy. But it could just be that I haven't done a full campaign with them, and yeah, it could be something like that. Now I want to get as many of these modifiers as I can stack. So veterancy gain, I need to get people leveled up ASAP. So we'll take as many of those as we can. This one's a little scary. So veterancy gain plus 20%, but it gives you a -4 morale. Whereas this one is 15%, so 5 less, but you get 2 morale. So I think that's probably worth it. Also, I forgot to check. Do we have anywhere on the map that buys stuff? This place has a good item cost conversion, so we might want to rush up there to sell stuff. Ultimate General, American Revolution. This is sadly way better in terms of enjoyment. I gotcha. Yeah. The Ultimate General games were a lot of fun. I've got several hundred hours on those. But this game, I could tell it has more replayability, I feel like. Just because of the amount of variety you get. So 75% taken from Napoleon Total War. I gotcha. Played Cossacks, but the battles are just Total War. Yeah, the campaign side reminds me of a game called Battle Break. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like a mix of a few other things. All right, so I guess the plan is to get up here to sell stuff, and we get 20% more for that. A favorite faction? I don't really have a favorite. They're all different and they're all interesting. It's, I know, kind of a cop-out answer. I usually default to ranged combat, so playing Prussians and doing heavy infantry is not really my comfort zone, but I can do it because I played the game enough at this point. But I prefer to sit back and just outrange people. I don't know, I get more enjoyment out of that. We could probably put some of these too. We're going to be needing a lot of these anyways, so why don't we just upgrade these? So these would be the better version. So instead of 20, it's 25. Yeah. And then this guy can take that. We'll have to get him some morale somewhere else. Oh, perfect. Veterancy gain. Yeah, we want to get this guy leveled up as soon as we can. So. Yep, stack XP, exactly. So we've got one right here. Wait, did we get one? No, we didn't. I thought we had one in our general, but we don't. Not a big deal. We have to get a bunch of generals anyways up to tier 5, so we'll be spamming them. Actually, is there a cheap one? No, we don't want to spend money on expensive generals. And then in terms of units, Cantonist is what we want to go for. So we'll definitely take that. We have to sell some stuff. That's fine. So 375, right? That should be enough. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, and then same thing, this guy can get that. We can't double up on the food item, the rations, so these have to stay. How would you recommend starting the game? I would probably start with Britain, with well, I think you have to start with the one all the way on the left. I don't remember the army composition, but focus on getting artillery up as soon as you can, and spend most of your money buying better cannons, and then you should be fine. You'll naturally get good items for your infantry, but you rarely get good items for your cannons. So I would probably just focus on that. Get a decent amount of cannons up. Like maybe 50% of your army is cannons, and then you'll be fine. It's a little boring, but nice, we got it. And let's go ahead and change this out. Right, yeah. And then we can upgrade that. This guy's not going to need it because he's going to be a cav anyway, so we'll lose that. Buck and ball. I might try to use buck and ball. The only time I've had good success with buck and ball is on light infantry that have really long range. He was just shredding people, but on normal infantry, I just don't. I haven't been able to get it to work very well, so I don't know. Master command playing Master Command. I personally want to play as the Russian Empire, but they seem like a low morale. No, actually, that's the opposite. So the Russians are not the best in combat, but they have high morale, and they have a lot of units. So the hard... Ooh, man, who's the hardest to play? That's a good question. Yeah, Russians have good morale. Hey, Nam. All right, let me clean some of these up. Yeah, the hardest faction to play, maybe the French. I don't know. French are not that easy to play. Because you have to do that. Take a chance. Nice, we got it. We need to get some food. We're starting to run low. Like I said, we're going to cheese it a little bit. I don't care. Till they fix it, we'll cheese. Alright, we will pay for the weapons because we will get the money back when we sell. Yeah, we'll get all that money back anyways. So not a big deal there. I don't know which one we'll keep. We'll probably just keep the charge damage, but we'll see. I can get this on Steam? Yeah, Machine. It just came out yesterday. It's on sale for a couple more days. So they're like native African faction and medieval 2, low stats but high morale, high numbers. Yep, exactly. And actually they have some really good units. So yeah, their upgrade trees are pretty good. So their early game is just spamming units, and then the late game you're pretty solid. Now this is a very good item to equip. I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, I can't pay for it. All right, let's get up here. Oh, we gotta sell some stuff again, don't we? Because we're out of money. We're out of food. Yeah, I was trying to save up money. So why don't we sell this one? Yeah, and then I want to upgrade this, and then we'll give him the hatchet. Okay, we need to put that on there so he can get leveled up faster. You know what I might do actually? Let's just spam this guy, get him leveled up as soon as we can. So now he's got 3 XP modifiers, 10%. Oh, sorry, this is not XP. Yep, 10 and 15%. So he's got a 25% increase to XP. Both of these guys, everybody has the casualty reduction post-battle, so that's fine. All right, let's get over to the other settlement so that we can actually make some money here. I did not mean to do that. Sorry, I didn't mean to raid your... Accidental raid. Sorry for pillaging and destroying your house. Slim chance. We'll take a slim chance to make weapons. Yep, perfect. And this guy needs the weapon. Like I said, this one will be a cav anyway, so he's going to need a different weapon. There's food right there. We'll take that for sure. Yeah, we don't want the hides. We'll take the food. All right, now to do this, we need a light cav unit. But the problem is if we get a cav unit, we're going to disband it anyways. So, yeah, I don't really care about that. We only want one cav unit. I don't want more. I don't feel like we need it. All right, here we go. This place has 20% item sell cost. So we can sell this stuff for a lot more. Which one were we going to keep? We were going to keep the charge damage. So all this other stuff can go. These can go. This garbage can go. Everything else we'll keep. So we picked up another 400. Nice. We got a surgeon. We got 2 surgeons. And the lash. Kind of want to buy one of those too. Actually, before we do that, is there another one that gives us the 15%? Now, these guys are actually interesting. They give you reduction as well, but they also give you ammo reduction. So that one's pretty... Or increase XP. This really gives me Battle Brother vibes. Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's like a mix of a couple different games. Yeah, it's really, really clever idea that he came up with. Okay, so this unit absolutely needs... oh, I didn't mean to do that, actually. I didn't mean to click it. No big deal. Yeah, what I should have done is just taken a thing off. That's okay. Yeah, now we can't afford that unless we sell some stuff. Alright, well, I do want to get more veterancy gain stuff that we can stack. It's super important for this campaign. I'm going to go ahead and sell the grenades. I'm going to take both of these, right? Is there another cover bonus? Veterancy gain. Okay, 20%. And 4 morale. So I would actually rather have this. We don't have enough money. Sucks being broke, huh? The mix of different games. Battle Royale, Total War, Ultimate General. Yeah, it's pretty well put together. The patch that he released for the full game is much better than what he had. The beta one that I was playing, for sure, way better. So he's got good taste for balancing as well. You know what I'm gonna do is just sell. Let's just sell this. I really do want these 2 if we can get it. Okay, veterancy gain. We can give him the morale, and then veterancy gain, and then this guy we're getting veterancy. We don't need the ammo. We'll give him. Yeah, we'll take that. All right, you save the horse and the sword. These can come over here. We'll use them on whoever we recruit next. But that should be good for now. You have enough when you swap the grenade? Yeah, I wanted to make sure I kind of wanted to get the tier 2 of these, the good condition. So I made sure we got both of those. Yeah, so we've got really good casualty replenishment on this. So it's 30% and 25%. So we get 55%. If we do nothing else, it's 55%. If we take casualty replenishment after battle, it's even more. So, pretty good. Also, what kind of recruits? Oh, Cantonist recruits. There's 4 of them here. So I was going to say let's raid this place, but let's actually save it. And we'll come back here later to recruit when we get a 2nd division going. Oh, we can't afford it right now? Oh, yeah. This guy's coming in hot and heavy, thinks he's got what it takes, but he's going to be sorely mistaken. So what we'll probably do here, we still want to lead from the front with these guys since they have all that casualty reduction. So we'll put him in group 1, group 2. We'll probably leave on the side in column formation so they can move fast. Oops. And then we'll use these guys are basically just glorified cavalry at this point, like cheap cavalry. Let's let them come into us, actually. You know what we could do is take the high ground. And we could take the fence. Or something like that. And then I like to keep these guys kind of on the edge. And we'll probably end up flanking. I just don't want them to get caught by some cav. Because they will get shredded by these cav, but these guys will have zero issues taking them out. You know what though? Yeah, let's get these guys some XP. That's fine. Like they're not going to give us a good look on this side, so what I'll do is make this more enticing to them so that their cav comes in. I'm going to hold fire too. Get your butt into position, please. I'm going to use these cav to help counter these cav. Oh, they might double up on our Frycore. That would be bad. We can probably get a volley off and then reload in time for this. I was going to say put them on hold fire so that we can get a close range volley. Alright, perfect. We are not going to reload in time. That's fine. Alright, here you go. Yep, they're charging. That's perfect. That's exactly who we wanted them to charge. This is going to come in here, so we need to make sure we're ready. I'm actually going to move here so that we can get a better angle on that charge. They're going to instantly shatter. They're gone. Don't chase. Let them come back if they want, and then you can just fire at will. Good. Let's get to the side here so we can get a solid charge on these guys. All right, let's make good contact here. Yep, so they're gone. We need to make sure we're in range to shoot these. We don't need to be in cover because we're not being attacked anyways. They're gone. Do not chase, Mr. Commander, you idiot. You are... He's the Timu version of cavalry right now because we can't afford cav. Good old Timu cav. Alright. Yeah, see, no big deal. We just... I mean, this was never going to be a difficult battle. It's just a matter of how many kills we're going to get. So let's get our grenadiers out. I don't want them to get any more kills. We need to load up as much as we can on these guys. Yeah, here we go. They can take on... Oh, come on, reload in time, reload. If you're not going to get in time, you could always turn off volley fire as well. That'll help them a little bit. There we go. Our Timu infantry, the Cantonists, are actually doing okay. Frycore are... They're positive. They're net positive. I'm kind of surprised. So are these guys. And these guys are obviously net positive. 400 kills. Now, one thing I was going to say, make sure... Hey, Gladio. Make sure when you're doing these fights, try to think about not just who's going to be the most efficient lineup for you, but think about what's going to be the best for you long term. So, for example, like these Frycore are getting chewed up. We're going to have to replace more casualties than we would normally have to. But the problem is, I need these Cantonists to level up as soon as they can. And they're not going to level up if they don't get kills. So... You have to keep both of those scenarios in mind. Let's get out of their arc so they can't just sneak one in on our general. But then we'll keep morale nice and high. Keeping morale nice and high does make sure that you keep your combat bonuses. These guys are too low to get the combat bonus, but... There we go. We got a little bit of action on our low tier. Yeah, Alibaba infantry. I was about to play Cossacks Battle of Europe and I see Boy is live. Yeah, Cossacks is fun. That's a really fun game. That's what I first thought when I saw this game. Kind of reminded me of Cossacks. Really fun game. So only 500 losses. We'll get most of those back. And then we're kind of low on food. I don't think we'll need too much ammunition. Let's go veterancy and provisions. Yeah, like I said, the sooner we get these low-tier garbage units leveled up, the better. Nice. That's actually what he needed. Level 4. Perfect. So let's get that upgraded. And then we're going to take all this stuff off because he doesn't need it anymore. We will give him the horse. All right, these are earmarked for sale, Oh, we actually did get a cannon, a 6-pounder. That's not bad. That's not a bad start. Okay, does everybody have... No, this guy needs upgrade piece. You got 2 ways. So if you're going to be doing this type of playthrough, there's 2 ways to get to your grenadiers. You can go musketeers at 5 upgrades, or you can go land melees at 3, and then fusiliers at 2, all the way over to Prussian grenadiers. But the thing is, if you look at the stats, these guys are better at shooting. These guys are better at melee. You don't want bad melee units. I'd rather just wait. We'll go Prussian musketeers. So we'll keep them until he gets to 5, and then move him over. New game, like your vids. Hey, good life. I appreciate it, man. Can turn that canton into artillery? Yeah, we could. We could. We should be fine with the front line of these 2, 1 cav and one artillery. Should be okay. I don't know. Probably. But we'll see. I do want to continue to upgrade these guys. This guy can actually do... Yeah, he doesn't need morale. He doesn't need any of this other stuff. Charge damage should be fine. Veterancy gain, we want to put on somebody else, actually. Can we... That's veterancy gain. This guy has morale. This guy can use it, so let's just pay... I know it's kind of dumb spending a bunch of money on, but we're playing tall. We're going to go with a small unit count, but really high tier units. So how does leveling system work? You get a unit of recruits, and then you level them up until they can turn in another unit. Yeah, exactly. So we start out... We had a Freikorps recruit. He got enough levels and kills that we could spend that upgrade on either Freikorps Provincial Cav, because we had 4, or I could have taken him down the Freikorps Musketeers. And then if I wanted him to be artillery, I would have had to wait 1 more and save up to level 5 and go there. Now the thing is, when you upgrade your units from scratch, like from recruits, they do not have good equipment. So like this guy had nothing. He had just the reserve sword, which is basically not anything. You might as well just hit people with your fist. So make sure, like if we were to upgrade a unit to have artillery, we would want to make sure that we have some artillery to give them as soon as that's ready. So just keep that in mind. So this guy, to get artillery, is actually only level 4, so we're almost there. Yeah, I think we'll leave it alone for now. So that'll be good, and then when we start getting... oh, you know what? Hold on. This is such a good item to have. Reload and accuracy. I really like this item. And I kind of want to put it on one of our units, but we don't have enough money. So do we take it off of this guy and get rid of some of his melee damage? It's okay. It's fine. We'll hang on to it for now. Oh, nice. All right, so Freikorps, no thanks. Hey, Ran. Yeah, Freikorps, not very good. Grenzer, I don't like that much. Cossacks, we're not using Cav. So, Subsidy are not really that good, to be honest. As much as I don't want to say this, we might actually take a Frenchman. Yeah, because 350 reservists and 45 provisions is nothing. Let's see, what does the Royal Recruit level up to? Maybe I'll regret this, but I don't think so. Because I was going to say the French has a really wide... Yeah, you can go all over the place with these guys. Actually, this guy would be a pretty good artillery because he can get up to 175. Ooh, but that accuracy's bad. 15, what is that compared to? 15 compared to 25. And a 35 reload. So 35 reload, I think this one's not even that. 20 reload, oh yeah, these guys are trash. So we'll probably just keep these guys as some kind of grenadier. French grenadiers are actually pretty good. So 40, 25, 45, 25, 35, 25, 30, 20. Horrible. 30, 20, not good. Yeah, so 40, 25, the French Grenadier is probably the right one to go. Or we replace the cav that we just got with this French Royal Cavalry. That's what I'm probably going to end up doing. Because this one, this Freikorps cav, is just junk. So 40 and 25 with only 400 units. If we come back here to the Frenchmen, 40 and 60, holy jeez. And it's 600 units. So yeah, that's the play then. Yeah, French cav are really good. You goofed and grabbed the Freikorps. I mean, it's a free unit. You can't go wrong with a free unit, right? But eventually you'll probably want to replace. All right, Heringsdorf. Let's see what they got here. Sell some stuff. Actually, we're not really buying anything right now. I think we're saving. Yeah, let's not put any money into this Freikorps cav, because like I said, we'll probably just delete him at some point. There's nothing really that I would want to buy. The only thing I would buy is maybe some of the stuff over here. Okay, so back to the task at hand. We need to secure convoys, which is why I came up here. Yeah, this one just doesn't matter. I usually fail at when I put too many people in. So there we go. We got most of that back. Some stuff that's not particularly useful. Plus stamina can be okay. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Let's just keep going. Alright, we'll see if this fort has if we get good RNG here. If it's one where we actually have to siege, then we're gonna back out. Yeah, nice, we got it. So we can get an officer or money. The officer, probably the better. That's probably the better pick here, even if he doesn't have good traits. Oh, wow, he has really good traits. Yeah, he's got firm and melee stats. That's really good. Hey, Bacon Strips, what's up, man? Is the game similar to Battle Brothers? I haven't played Battle Brothers, but the campaign map looks very similar to Battle Brothers. The actual combat is more similar to Ultimate General Civil War, or any of the Ultimate General series. It's pretty similar to that, but very distinct difference. This has a lot more customization and more options, whereas that one, you can go Union or Confederate. This one, there's a huge amount of variety you can go with. So yeah, this game has a lot of replay value, I would say. Oh, I fudged that one up, didn't I? Alright, we want to delay the HQ and we'll take some food for it. We aren't going to be able to fight this guy yet. I mean, we might be able to, but we're going to get torn to shreds. And it would be a Pyrrhic victory. So, oh, here we go. We'll take this fight though. 2 cannons. That's not what I wanted to see. Yeah, we can't do a new brigade. Yeah, this is an easy fight. I'm just trying to see if there's a more optimal way to do it so I don't lose as much stuff. But yeah, we should be fine. We've got our front line that can absorb the damage. And we've got our cav. Once we punch a hole through, we get the cav to stream through. It should be fine. I appreciate it, Bacon. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, I don't like to bug people. If they want to do all that stuff, that's fine. But I do appreciate when people mention that. All right, here we go. Line 1, line 2. What I might end up doing, because these guys are just not going to be that useful here, I'm going to try and draw them out. Maybe I can get half of their army to chase this guy or something. Probably not, but we'll see. We also, I think we need to stay in more of a column formation so that we can have our faster movement speed. And actually, I'm going to keep him off the center line because we're probably going to get dumped on here with cannons. And I don't want him to take a massive amount of casualties. All right, let's see what we can do here. It looks rough. It really does, but we should be fine. So like I said, these guys replace... This guy replaces 55% of these losses. So not a big deal if he gets chunked down. Dude, hurry up. These guys are always so slow. Probably so that they don't get used as cav. That's my guess. Alright, let's turn these guys off. I don't want them to shoot. They're going to waste too much time. So we're just going to run them straight through. And then I think we can probably squeeze in here. So let's get in. This guy needs to come over here. Alright, go ahead and charge when you can. Yep, same there. Let's get in. We want to get at these field artillery before they do too much damage. Alright, made contact. These guys are going to run, and then we'll probably break off and charge this guy next. Yeah, these guys are getting hit pretty hard, but not a big deal. Look at that. It's like Moses. Part the seas, fellas. Part the seas. Alright, don't worry about it. Just go after this guy, please. You can make sure he doesn't reemerge. There we go. And then take out that artillery. Doesn't matter if he's exhausted. Oh boy, what happened here? You guys not doing anything? Yeah, they're not doing anything. Alright, this guy is the one that has the most replenishment, so I'm going to use him. He's just going to stand and as the that one UFC fighter says, let him bang, let him bang. Alright, get over there, take that. Get this guy to stop running so he can replenish. Alright, there we go. We got this guy hooked. Let's pull back to a defensible area. Oh, actually right here, anywhere in this area. He expanded the areas. I really like that. So you can take advantage of defensive terrain. Alright, can you... Oh yeah, you guys are... Wait, am I forgetting anything? No. I think we're good. I think we're good. We'll let this guy get a few kills. Yeah, he's just not going to do that much, actually. One more volley and we'll charge him in, and then we'll flank with this guy. Here, we can bait this guy. That takes a bunch of stamina. Maybe let's not do that. Yeah, whatever. Let's speed it up a little bit. Alright, get in there. Perfect. We're gonna hit him from the front and the back. I did not want him to hit first, actually, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Go ahead and do another charge. Back out, you're gonna die. And there you go. Yeah, so you, John, you can get your grenadiers up to like 60 movement speed. It's pretty insane. They're like a heavy cav. They're almost as fast as a heavy cav, which would be pretty hilarious, right? You imagine these like 6 foot whatever hulks just sprinting around the battlefield like they're little ponies. it's actually kind of funny, but yeah, so that worked out pretty well. 800 losses, but like I said, we'll replenish a good chunk of that. So I'd rather take the money, I think. Or XP wouldn't be a bad idea. Yeah, I don't know if these guys are going to get that much out of that, so I'm going to take the XP. I want to make sure that they get leveled up as soon as possible. That looks pretty good. And then what else can we take here? None of these are particularly interesting. I guess ammo consumption is okay. Just to make sure we don't use too much ammo. Because it does kind of drain fast when you're shooting a lot. Playing a Russian campaign, the slow movement of their infantry is really annoying. If you're being, yeah, by artillery. So you really have to make sure you have good artillery, which is what we're going to go for here, because we're going to be mostly infantry. So we need to have a couple sniper. Like, I don't want the cannons to do any damage to infantry. I want them specifically to be counter battery and nothing else. So, yeah, they don't run away. That's true. They are tough. So, let's unequip everything. Turn this dude into a horse artillery at some point. And now we will give him a cannon, the limber chest. And I guess we can actually still give him this. So that'll be ammo consumption and veterancy. So he'll move up faster as a cannon. Because the faster we get up here, the better. Okay, that means... probably don't need that much advantage over these guys. I'm gonna switch this out for spontoons to make sure we get the veterancy gain. We need to get another brigade going. Actually, we could do it right now. Maybe not a bad idea. The game says Prussian horse artillery is mid, but they can be used to directly locate and counter batteries since they are so quick. Yeah. And here's also another thing that a lot of people, especially there's a lot of people that were playtesting and they just didn't understand the game. I saw a lot of very ignorant comments. I'm not trying to talk trash about other people playing the game, but they just don't understand how everything works. So I would be very cautious when you hear people that played the game talk about, you know, oh, this is bad, that's bad. I haven't actually seen a unit that's bad. Like, every unit is good if you use it the right way, which is not the same in other games. Like, there are objectively bad units in other games. Like in Warhammer 3, there's a lot of units that are just not good units in pretty much any scenario. So let's go ahead. I don't want accuracy on my horse because we're going to be using him as a battering ram more than anything else. Let's go ahead and open up a new brigade. Just get these guys down here. So he needs a better bayonet, a better weapon. Let's make sure we don't sell that off. And then this guy needs veterancy. You know what I'm going to do? Actually, switch this back. This guy needs the veterancy gain. Yeah, he needs it more than that other one. That's fine. Make sure we don't sell anything that's good. And then... yeah, we'll keep the charge damage sword over the melee damage. I don't want him to be stuck in prolonged melee. People will no longer be ignorant if you make another hype detail and quality 4-hour-long guide. Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot of work, man. I honestly, I hope this game does really well. I'm cautiously optimistic, but I'm also fully expecting any guides I do to do, you know, 5,000 views and then just fall off the earth. So hopefully it does better than that, but we'll see. Hey, Devil Dog, what's up, man? Just got the game. I'm very interested. The Austrians tend to be kind of slow. The maneuver phase very rough. Yeah. Well, any faction can be fast if you put the right equipment on. So, for example, like a standard unit moves at like 25 movement speed, right? I don't have anything that slows them down. You can get them, like this guy's up to 40. He's double their movement speed just strictly from items. Right, we've got this dog that helps us move a lot faster. You can get boots, marching boots. There's items, there's a lot of items that increase your movement speed as well, like the caffeine. There's some other ones I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's a bunch. If I recall, it's outside his other one. When I played the demo, I had 2 brigades of Prussian musketeers and 1 brigade of 12-pound. Yeah, so the demo patch that you were playing on, artillery was just way too strong. They're still very strong, but they're a bit more balanced now, so it's not going to be as crazy as before. Still strong. All right, what else do we need to do for these guys? We could give him some stamina because recruits are notorious for just gassing. Yeah, almost instantly. Same thing with the horses. I feel like they gas pretty fast because I push them pretty hard. I also wouldn't mind casualty replenishment until we get another unit in here. So why don't we just do that? Yeah, this is fine. Oh, and then also, yeah, accuracy for cannons. I don't care about stamina on cannons. It very rarely comes into play. So we'll do that. Yeah, we'll outfit him with better stuff later. Let's just get back to town. Sell a few things and hopefully recruit something. Alright, please have Cantonist. They do. 375, perfect. And we have at least a gun for him. We don't have a better bayonet, but that's fine. Oh, also, yeah, swap that back because this guy's not going to be taking too much damage. So we want him to have casualty reduction. And then probably just some morale stuff. Let's give him morale. Oh, yeah, that's right. And then I guess we can give him an accuracy. It's not really good on him yet because he's terrible, but yeah, we'll eventually get there. All right, that looks pretty good. Also, if you ever go to a gunsmith, look for Jaeger rifles. Even if you're not using a lot of infantry in your campaign, the Jaeger rifles are just disgusting. They do so much damage. Always buy them right away. Don't even think about it. Just buy it. Cannons. We probably need to save up for a better cannon. We do have a decent one, but probably use a better one. All right, this is probably going to make us do a full siege, so we will likely not do this one. Oh, nice. No, we can. We could delay for a week, buy us a little bit more time. I think I'd rather do that. Yeah, we'll swap some prisoners for that. That's a good trade. We'll make some money out of it. This Potsdam rifle, the Delft musket is not that good, so we'll hang under it anyways because we're going to have more recruits. The Charville is really good as well, but yeah, if you can get the Jaeger rifle, it's very rare, but if you can get it, it's good. Sorry, I missed a bunch of chat. Remember popping into the stream early, Death Stream, I just knew. Yeah, seriously. How do you recommend countering strong cavalry? Keep getting whacked by them charging my line. So there's two ways to counter cav, and you can combine them to do it even better. So usually what you want to do is get a solid melee infantry, or they don't even have to be that good at melee. Like you can have a Fusilier, but get them the Chevaux de Frise, and make sure they're not moving so that the cav charges into it. That reflects damage back to them, and they take a massive amount of damage. Then what you do is you follow up with a cav from behind, and you charge them in to make sure that all that damage is compounded onto them, and they'll shatter in, I don't know, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So yeah, the switching, he's going to add a cooldown soon, so you won't be able to do it soon, but until then, I will happily cheese. Because I always run out of food and I hate it. A weak field. So here's the thing. We can get 100 for free, or we can get 130 and fight a small enemy. I actually would rather fight the enemy so that we can farm. We want to get all the loot we can, so. Yeah, so you can use, oh, and if you're in the early game and you don't have cav, use your general. Your general can actually be really good counter charging cav as well, so. But yeah, Chevaux de Frise, make sure your units aren't moving, they'll charge right in the front, and then counter charge with another cav unit behind. If you have like 2 cav units, you can cover pretty much your entire front line for the most part. Generals cannot die. These guys can die, your officers can. Your general cannot. That I've noticed anyways. I throw my general away all the time and he still comes back, so. And you don't have to spend any of your reservists to replace them, so it's just like a free 150 units. So try and use them up in the early game. In the late game, you don't want to mess with it too much, because if you lose your general early on, you're going to have a rough game. All right, they have 460 range. We have 400 range, so likely they will they'll probably not push. So what we want to do is get back. Actually, why don't we put these guys on the flank here? We'll keep the cav in the center. Just back up a little bit. Okay, so back up, back up, back up. Generals can flee and withdraw, which will bring a big morale hit. Yep, exactly. And we have that negative modifier. If a unit shatters, you get 40% casualties. So anything that shatters is really, really painful to our manpower. So ideally, we would have nobody shatter. Now, what we need to do is get them to shoot at our grenadiers first. I want them to cross the river, or at least get as close as we can before we bring up our cannons. All right, let's get these guys into a fence post at least, so when they do get shot, they'll have some cover. All right, here they go. They're shooting, so we need to get into range. Move up, move up. Take that first volley to the chin, and then, yep, took it on the chin, no problem. And then we'll move up. Yeah, if we can get to this fence post, that would be ideal. These guys, I'm just going to leave them out of the way, and then we'll probably bring them in later. These guys we'll use to harass. We don't need to countercharge. Actually, we could probably countercharge. I just don't want them to get hit by the splash. Yeah, we should probably get this guy over there, actually. All right, frontier recruits. These guys are going to get stomped. Perfect. Always make sure your artillery are not in bad terrain. So if you hold Alt over your terrain, you see terrain accuracy is 100%. We don't want to be in terrain that hampers the accuracy of our artillery. Get a volley off and then spread out even more. Here we go. Those recruits are feeling it right now already. So let's get these guys in. These guys need to follow up on this left flank. So they'll get a volley off on our left flank, but that's good. Like I said, we want these guys to take most of the fire because they'll replenish more than our recruits. Our recruits can't take a ton of damage. All right, these field artillery are going to take a long time to zero out, it looks like. So what I might end up doing is punching a hole down their middle and then trying to send the cav through to counter those. Yeah, we just don't have good cav yet. We don't have good artillery yet. That's the problem. Now we need our grenadiers to be in good shape when they send their cav in, so we could easily rout them, but there we go. All right, so they're gone. Turn and face these guys next. We could charge their cav, or just not. They're being super passive. These guys are slow as hell. Here we go. It's alright, we should have a pretty good angle here. Yeah, actually, just turn in place. You don't need to move anymore. Just turn in place. Open up, and then just go. I don't have time to micro them. I need to micro on this side. So they might be going for a flank here. So let's go ahead and charge. They just broke their brace. Oh, they're getting it back again. Should be a pretty easy route, though. No, it's not going to be an easy route. We need to back. No, actually, we will. Yeah, we'll route them. And then we're not going to chase. We need to save some stamina here. And then we're getting targeted by those guys. All right, what are we doing here? Once these guys charge, we'll go straight up the middle with our cav and take out those artillery pieces. All right, here we go. So this is what I was saying. Let them charge. It's going to be too late. We can't even charge them because they're already dead. So if you have good melee infantry, you probably don't need to worry about it too much. Okay, actually, we're going to go for it. Yeah, I don't think these guys need help. They should be just fine. So go ahead and charge. Charge. These guys should be able to take these on their own. And I don't want my grenadiers getting shots on them because they need to get XP or they're going to be underleveled. If they focus fire our general, we could be in trouble, but no, they're not going to get a volley in time. Perfect. All right, and let's not let these guys re-emerge. Yeah, see, these guys came back. Get back before you get routed as well. These guys should be... Yep, they got him. And then we're just waiting on these guys to fall now, which the Grenadier should do right now. Perfect. If you shoot first, I think accuracy is better. Possibly. Accuracy or reload rate. I assume accuracy is better. So I personally prefer accuracy over reload rate. But you want both, obviously. But yeah, I usually default to accuracy over reload rate. Like if you do twice the damage, but you shoot half as fast, you know, there's a lot that can happen in between a reload that won't let you even get a full volley off. So in my opinion, I would prefer accuracy, but you want to have a good reload as well so that you can take advantage of that accuracy. So here we go. I think we keep pumping points into exchange, but how much... Yeah, we took some losses there, but we should be fine. I'm not too worried about that, actually. This would be good, but we also might need some ammo soon, because we did use a decent amount there. We need the money. We need the money. Yeah, we'll take that. Got some upgrades. This guy's maxed out. Combat efficient. Oh, combat effectiveness 10%. This is like one of the best perks in the game. Always take legendary if you can get it. So combat effectiveness is everything. It's reload, accuracy, melee, and charge damage, I believe. So if you get more kills, you get less prisoners rewards. Yep, you get more XP, but less loot. So I guess it just kind of depends on what you're going for. Here we go. That's... Oh no, that's this... Yeah, we already have a horse like that. I don't think we're going to get more than one cav, so I'm going to sell all this stuff off. Let's take off some things that we can use on other people. I think that makes the most sense. I'm also going to go for this. We'll go for charge. Boost this guy's charge damage up as high as we can get it. And then, like I said, hopefully... I didn't like that frontal charge that I did. I should have waited until he was a little bit lower. That was kind of lazy of me, but... What can you do? Alright, I think we just keep going, right? Yeah, we really do need to get veterancy up, and these guys are moving slow as hell. All right, so we need to get a few more units so we can take on that army. Right, actually, I would rather provoke. Nice, melee damage plus 25%. It does hurt our accuracy, so we gotta worry about that, but... Alright, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. We have to fight them both. We would ideally fight one at a time. Yeah, Herr Lindstrom. That's it. So it didn't used to be that way. The patch for the full release made it so that kills give you XP and prisoners give you loot. I mean, we don't have a choice. We have to fight this anyways, but is there anything we want to change? Who are we up against? I think that's a 3-pounder and that's a 6-pounder. Yeah, that's a 6, that's a 3, so not the scariest artillery, but still kind of painful. We could do an upgrade on one of these guys and get earthworks. You're a loot goblin before I'm a blood soak. We're coming on. Yeah. Yeah, so get them off the field, but don't run them to the last unless you're trying to level something up. But it's kind of hard to chase people down with recruits, and they're the ones that usually need the most XP. So I guess you could. Yeah, you could if you positioned right. I think we just take the fight. I'm not going to mess with my inventory. I think we're fine. It's not going to make much difference. So this is going to be a little tricky, but we should be fine. Outnumbered 3-1. Well, if you look in the earlier stage, I think it was our second battle. We were outnumbered like 5-1 or something, and we smashed them. Oh, nice! It's that same map too. We can take advantage of the city. So why don't we do that? Okay, what's our range? 400, and their range is 384, 400. Okay, so yeah, we do have similar range. Yeah, 3-pound and a 6-pound. Nothing too scary. It's basically what we have, but we have higher accuracy, I believe. 65. 62. He's probably got some perks from the general then. No, he doesn't. They just have better units. The Russian artillery is better. Off to work. All right, take care, Herr Lindstrom. Do the enemy come to you if you don't push eventually? I don't think so, but I'm not sure. Hey, Bailey Danley, what's up? Got a live stream while on lunch. Nice. Yeah, I decided to try and stream in the middle of the day today. I can't do an 8-hour because I got to get my kids from school. But yeah, we'll get a few hours in. Maybe try to at least get Act 1 out of the way. So they have more artillery than we do, so it's likely that they will push into us, so we don't have to worry too much about that. So what I'm going to do is get Grenadiers positioned at the edge of the city there. There's no way we stop them from getting in here, so we just have to give that up. So I'm going to go here. Like this. And then artillery shouldn't get a debuff. Oh, they do get terrain accuracy debuff. That sucks. Is there a priority? Yeah, the Russian musketeers are the priority. Observation musketeer, Russian musketeer. I don't know which one's better, but... did we miss? We freaking missed our first volley. Come on, man. Hit your shots. There you go. Alright, and we are starting to get bombarded. We gotta figure out what we're gonna do with our recruits here. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna sit back and bombard. And it looks like even though we're in cover and he's not, he's still taking way different casualties. Maybe we can counter. Let's try to counter him a couple times and see what happens. But if we take too much damage, we're gonna have to back up. Let's back up a little bit anyways. Oh, they took some damage there. Jesus, man. Even in cover, they're doing 50... That was 50 kills in one shot. Come on, game. Don't screw me over like that. And then we freaking whiffed. You gotta be kidding me. Buildings don't block line of sight, no. They do make you less accurate. I'm gonna give it one more volley. If we get a good hit, we'll stay, but we can't. We've already lost almost 150 troops. It's like 10% of our unit. Come on, dude. Hit something, please. No, he missed again. And they didn't miss. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this needs to be looked at because we have essentially the same accuracy. No, he has a little bit better accuracy, I guess. But yeah, that's unfortunate. We're gonna have to leave our cover. It's not really cover. It's not really helping us, and they have absolute garbage artillery, but it's still shredding us. So, all right, we shouldn't have wasted that many casualties just standing there. That was a waste. I should have just gone in. God damn it. Okay, let's form up into column. We're not going to be doing any of that exchanging volleys here. All right, let's punch through these surf recruits. They're going to come in. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright, don't need this guy to do too much. Actually, just hold... Yeah, hold this side down. Alright, yeah, we have to go. We don't have a choice. We're not going to survive. So we're pushing... Let's get our cav out into the center. I'm going to push this unit out right here so we can have a base to build off of if we punch through. Or when we punch through. It's... Shouldn't be an issue here. Alright, we have to brace. I'm gonna countercharge this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, we got it. And then we need to follow that up. No, 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 don't. I did not tell you to charge that. You silly game. Alright, there we go. I did, however, want you to go right after the artillery, so let's get them back. Alright, what are we doing here? They're sending cav in on our flank. We need to counter their cav, unfortunately. Oh, damn. They're gonna hit us hard. Alright, we got the Cossack cav out, actually. Perfect. We countered. As soon as they hit, we'll have to deal with it. Just keep moving. I don't care if you charge. Just walk into them. Alright, counter charge so that our recruits don't get zeroed out. These musketeers are probably better than us in melee. No, they're not actually. So we might be okay there. Alright, grenadiers. They're dealing with artillery. Just walk into them. I don't, like I said, I don't care. Perfect. These recruits are gonna re-engage if we don't zero them out. So... just finish them off, please. And then we're going to hide in the woods here until we can get reinforcements. These guys need to stop chasing and get their stamina back. We'll reform here. These guys are out of position. They're just not doing a whole lot of good. Wait, how did they reform? They didn't do any damage, but that was kind of BS. I saw they had like a full bar to recover and we were on their heels, so I don't know how they recovered in the time that we charged. It's a little odd. All right, we need to get our cav in there. We just have to. These guys are not going to win that. We need to get some backup here as well. Charge to get in there. You need to get in this tree line so you can get some cover. Let's just hold where we are. Okay, they're actually not pushing our grenadiers, so we can just shoot them from the flank. Yeah, like I said, these guys are out of position. They're not utilizing their units right now. Damn, these musketeers are causing us some problems. Serious problems. But it's okay. It's the recruits. It's no surprise. I already knew these guys were going to be terrible. Hard to level up. Alright, keep chasing. Actually, I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna do the same. Let's give them a volley, and then we're just gonna go steal. Give them the steal. These guys actually have a bayonet. These guys don't have a bayonet. That's why they got the rusty piece of crap. All right, charge them. Friedrich and our other cav. Let's pull them back a little bit. I'll have them join. They're exhausted, so they're not going to be very effective in combat, but we just need to get a little bit of weight on them so that they break. So here we go. Where did my general go? Why are you not going? Oh, nice. Our cannons are still shooting. Actually, oh crap! They're gonna murder our cannons. They're gonna murder the cannons, aren't they? Yep. They get maybe one more volley off and then they're dead. Alright, these guys just need to chill for a little bit, get some stamina back, and then we should be able to win that exchange. They have cover and we don't, though, unfortunately. Spread out a little bit more. I guess we're gonna pile it on. Just add more bodies. Oh man, I don't want these guys to get zeroed out. That's actually really bad. Alright, our recruits broke. Yeah, this is bad. This is actually really bad. We need to back. Alright, retreat. I thought they would have enough to punch through with 4 units, but I guess not. These guys will win pretty easily, I think. This is going to be bad. Our recruits are regrouping. That's perfect. I'm just going to... Yep. Did they go to 0? Yeah, they went to 0. They're going to take 40% more casualties, but it's an artillery piece, so it's only like 100 people, so who cares? Not a big deal. Now, we do need to make sure this guy is dead, so let's... I guess we're just going to fire on him. Keep these guys here. We'll probably recover. We have this guy coming in our rear. All right, they're running. Perfect. Get the grenadiers up here so we can help. Because these guys shot in the back are not going to last too long. He might actually go for a general too. Yep, he's going for a general. Let's get him out of the way. Alright, we need to do something clever maybe. Oh my god, these guys are... They're gonna re-emerge. I have to do it because I can't have another unit come back. Do we, you know, maybe we just pile it on these guys, get them out as soon as we can, and then we'll switch. I could pull these guys out of their formation. Yeah, see, they don't like that. They also don't like the grenadiers being over here. So perfect. Where are they shooting at? Still shooting at our general. You freaking punks. Alright, but this guy's not aiming our way, so I can just move him up. There we go. Now this guy's completely surrounded. He's going to shatter very quickly. And then we'll follow up with our Freikorps cav. Oh, we do not want to be in the middle of a volley there when that goes off. Yep, that's bad. Damn, get out, get out, get out, get out. All right, there we go. I think just a little bit of pressure, they'll break, and then we can shift. I'm actually going to start shifting our focus already. Yep. All right, about face, fellas, about face, and then keep running those musketeers down so they don't come back. Got him. All right, pull him off. What a fight. Holy crap. That was a lot more interesting than I thought it was going to be. I mean, I knew it was going to be tough, but wow. Well, our Cantonist recruits are getting their use, that's for sure. So they should be getting, look at that, 1,000 kills on these guys. 1,400 on these guys. So we're getting our use out of our grenadiers for sure. All right, let's form up so we can move faster. And they're gone. Whew. All right, we have another fight after this though, so we got to be careful. Smaller fight, but a fight nonetheless. And we really need to get a artillery piece that's better than what we have. This thing is just doggy-doo. Not good at all. We will get upgrades on our artillery though, that's good. So I think on this one we'll probably take conscription because that was some heavy losses. And that definitely helped. Ooh, nice. Our cantonist got some good XP out of it. These guys are 5? Okay, so 5. One more level, they'll both have upgrades. The cannons are 5 and 5. This one, I don't even care because we're deleting you anyways, but I guess it's better than not having it. And then these guys, we want to wait till 5. Or do we turn them into artillery as well? Shoot. I mean, no, we need infantry. Yeah, if we only had artillery there, like if we had 3 artillery and 2 infantry, it might have been a tough fight. Haka, sorry, I just saw that. You probably asked that when I was in the middle of the battle. How does it compare to Empire or Napoleon Total War? It's kind of similar. It's different for sure. It doesn't play quite the same as Total War, but it's similar concepts. It's pretty similar to like Ultimate General Civil War and like Cossacks, the Cossacks franchise. That one's pretty good. We need more bully infantry. That's what we're trying to do, but they take a while to get there. We have to get musketeers and then grenadiers. That's 11 levels just to get to that point. So it's a lot. Well, we can at least equip these guys with better muskets. They're going to be worse in melee. Well, you know what? Actually, it wouldn't be bad on these. I didn't realize that the charge damage was higher. The melee damage is lower by 4. Accuracy's higher, range is higher, reload is longer too. I don't like that long reload, but probably worth it though. Good luck, I'll watch the rest after you post it back to the grind. Alright, later Bailey. Yeah, it'll go up as a VOD. Now we currently have this guy set to charge. Melee and move speed would be interesting. Morale and move speed. Charge and move speed. If we get the morale, it puts us at 50, which gives us that bonus. But it's probably not worth it. Yeah, I think we keep it charged. That's fine. Okay, cannon, you get a range upgrade. Yeah, that could be just... The thing is, once these guys get in and they break that first line, they can snipe the artillery without having to get into melee. So having that longer range really does make a difference. And then they actually have pretty good accuracy. So they do a lot of damage. So I don't know. I've had good luck having grenadiers with both melee and a little bit of ranged. But yeah, I see your point. Order here. Yep, there we go. Oh man, I don't know. Anyways, let's see where this other guy is. He's not quite right there, and then we... Oh my god, we're slow. Well, good thing is they don't have artillery here, so we can just chill. We can just chill and wait. Yeah, I find that half the battles when I go like column attack and just break their center with the grenadiers, half the time the guys on the flanks are still running up because I usually build these guys with a lot of movement speed, and they just hit the line so fast. The rest of my line hasn't had time to catch up, so they don't even get that much chance to use the rifles. But you're right, it could be a decent thing here. Now, I don't want to shoot them in the settlements, so what we're going to try and do is retreat. We'll form a defense back here. This is actually one of my favorite spots in the game. Especially in the late game, this is a really good spot to have. All right, we have only 2 cannons left. The lonely 2 cannons, and they're separated by like a mile. Poor guys. Okay, Cantonists. We do need them to be ready, but I'm gonna put them on the flank here. I don't expect them to do much there. This side will probably get some decent action, so I might need to pull them back. But we'll have them ready. And then let's get our cav ready, and then we can just speed it up. Which nation we are playing is Prussia, and we're doing heavy infantry. So we have a big bonus on our heavy infantry combat effectiveness. Yeah, look at this guy, 107 morale, Jesus. He's getting an extra 50% to all of his combat stats. Crazy. All right. Where do we want to direct our artillery? Musketeers are probably the biggest threat. I'm not too concerned about their cav. Also, if you get somebody charging their cav first, put your units on hold fire, and then make sure you shoot at them when they're about this distance from your units, and you'll pretty much one-tap them. So about right here, you can start shooting, and then you'll just completely shred them. A good thing we put the Cheville on these guys. They're going to be putting out some pain on them. Perfect. Musketeers. How many factions? There's 5. 5 different nations you can play. But even within the different nations, there's 3 army types. So you get different bonuses. So a lot of stuff to play with. I don't like that corner, but that's okay. I'm actually gonna blade myself off a little bit here so I can get some shots in, because you can see he just shredding everybody before they even have a chance. I do need to get the Cantonists some XP. A little worried where these cav are coming in at, but hey, Sketch. Game of the year for you, you think? I mean, I definitely like it. I mean, it for sure is not going to win Game of the Year. These small indie games are very, very rare. It's probably going to go to Battlefield 6, which I haven't played. I have zero interest in that game. But I know how many people are playing in it, and they're going to get all the awards. It sucks. It's really lame, but it is what it is. Why did you switch? I want you to hit these guys. Right, those guys recovered, so we'll have to re-engage them. That's fine. KCD2? Yeah. Yeah, that one's probably not going to make it either. I agree. It's definitely a good game. It's up there. But it's like anything else. It's a freaking popularity contest. Doesn't matter how good your game is. If it's popular, you'll win it. All right, these guys are coming in on... Yeah, that's fine. Okay, we might actually have a problem here. Let's get over there. These guys will be just fine. I'm concerned here, though. Let's countercharge that. Oh wow, they did really well. Yeah, look at that. The cav just instantly break. So we probably don't need to worry. Okay, get back so you don't take a volley to the face. Looks like we weathered the storm. So yeah, like I said, we're just going to clean up the rest. This is pretty easy now. Let's get these Fry Core into position so they can actually get some XP. Don't mind the cannon getting XP as well. Yeah, I'm going to pull these guys in. Get over there, dude. Slow as hell. Yeah, God, these cannons are just doing nothing. Granted, they're at half strength or less. So not really surprising. Oh, they're exhausted. So now they're not going to do anything useful. Alright, well, we might need to just get in there. Yeah, it's fine. Our recruits are getting chewed up. Expedition 33 or KCD2. I didn't play Expedition 33, but that one does look pretty fun. I heard it was good. Why do you feel... who do you feel the easiest to win for first try? I would say Britain. So, Sketch, here's what I would do. Focus on artillery as soon as you can. Get one full regiment of artillery. You only need, like... yeah, I guess if you can get 2 full divisions, 4 infantry, or whatever they give you. If you start with 1 cav, that's fine. 3 infantry, 1 cav, and then 4 artillery. That'll carry you into Act 2 easily. Get another unit of infantry, and then another unit of artillery, and just go from there. Two full divisions of artillery, and you'll be sitting really well with Britain. You doubt the industry will vote for this. Really comes close to Expedition 33. Yeah, that's why I was saying. There's nobody... Like, the masses are not going to vote for this, unfortunately. It's just how it is. It is what it is. Do you play games outside of strategy games? I do, yeah. If you look at my Let's Play channel, I've got Stalker 2 on there, Escape from Tarkov. I've streamed Dota 2 a couple times. Yeah, I've played a decent amount of games. Oh, wow, we got a lot of enemies captured on this one. Yeah, that was really good. We need the veterancy, so I'm just going to keep pumping people up in veterancy. Great to see the game finally out. Been watching so many people play the demo. It looks great. Hey, Matt's fiefdom. Yeah, it's fun. It's really fun. I was supposed to be finishing up a Warhammer 3 campaign, and then I started playing this, and I just haven't played Warhammer since. So I need to get back and finish that up soon, though. Alright, boots. We can put the riding boots on. I'm not spending money, though, but I do prefer movement speed, so we'll save that for somebody else. These guys are ready, or one of them is. Oh, that's right. We were going to do cav. So we need to do 6. God, that's such a long... That's a long tree to go down. This one is 5. Yep, so we're not ready yet. There's Legend of Command here. What else? These guys are 5? 5, and then they go to veteran tier. Sweet, we have a lot of equipment we need to sell. So why don't we do that, and then pick up 2 Cantonists we can do. And that'll be a full regiment. Perfect. This is probably what we'll run with for the whole Act 1. I'd rather get more elite than... I'd rather play tall than wide with these guys. And then... Ah, oh, damn, they don't have it. I'd like to get the surgeons so that we can get casualty replenishment on our front line. But that's fine. I'm tempted to stack some other stuff here, but no, I think that's fine. Now the most impactful upgrade would probably be muskets, but it's pricey. Actually, is there? Yeah, perfect. We want to get some cheap commander or cheap officers. Yeah, reload speed does nothing for us, so let's skip that. Medicinal herbs, as they say. Yeah, we do need that, and it's a decent tier. We'll probably take this one. Oh, I forgot. We have a bunch of stuff we gotta sell. Let's go ahead and upgrade. Okay, that looks good. Now we need to equip the new rifles here. $80, perfect. And then we'll have a bunch of garbage to sell. We'll hang on to that. Yeah, everything here is for sale. Everything up here we will probably keep. Day Betraying. What faction do you enjoy the most? I only got to play for a few hours yesterday, but I enjoy the British. Yeah, the British are up there. I really like the Austrians. Artillery is pretty fun, so the Austrians have good artillery. It's hard to say what my favorite is. They're all so different. I had a really fun Russian campaign too, using the observation corps, whatever the one that gives you a bonus to cover. Cover bonus is really good if you can get enough stacked. Is it possible to change hats for line regiments? I don't think so, because I think that's part of their that's how you tell what they are. You can change the color, but not the shape. Yeah, so like for example, this hat signifies recruit. When it has the white border, it signifies that they're fusiliers or musketeers, whatever. Yeah, here you can see. So regular hat with a white border, and then whatever this tall hat, that's for the grenadiers or fusiliers apparently. Do you know how to get the Malvinas Argentinas achievement? That's the one. I think you have to change your officers' names to the people that were the devs. I think that's the one, if I recall. The tall hat is called the Mitre. Okay, cool. You playing the Limeys? 10,000 frogs. There you go. Historically accurate. All right, what do we need to do here? We need to outfit units with some stuff. We can go for accuracy. Well, yeah, let's not. We want to at least get our what do you call it? Medicinal herbs going on as many units as we can. This guy we can go for accuracy. Maybe some stamina. I wish we had some boots, man. We're not getting boots. I usually get inundated with boots, but this time we don't have any. Morale and stamina is never a bad idea. We'll probably start upgrading their equipment slots here soon. You know, not a bad idea would be to, instead of this, let's give them some cover, some homemade cover. That way they can absorb some shots. Let's get some equipment out, right? Yeah, best place to sell is way back there. We're not going to make it back there anytime soon, so let's just do it here. Perfect. Another 600. So we're doing pretty well on money, actually. Yeah, the axes are good. So I like the axes for the melee damage, but they also do give you some cover bonus as well. Yeah, these are pretty good. I tend to not buy them necessarily, but they are good to have. Actually, let's get some XP increase on these new guys. I don't think they have any here except for this one, which I don't want to do. I don't want to reduce their morale because they're already pretty low morale as it is. So let's put it on one of these. Yeah, see, this guy doesn't have... It's fine. Can have an extra slot. You know, it's only 50 gold. We'll do it for everybody. These guys cannot run out of steam after charging once. Alright, I think that's all we can do here. We're getting pretty close to be able to taking on these big armies. So I'm pretty tempted, but let's get a few more upgrades and then we'll do it. Okay, what do we got? Cheap food. It's never a bad idea to have too much food. Here we go, we got boots. But like I said, I usually get a bunch of them as drops, so I'm a little confused why we're not getting them this time. Let's get one more. This guy doesn't have it. I'll swap his aim out. Yeah, equipment. All right, that looks good. I'm convinced by your stream making the purchase. Oh, nice. Hey, Barry. Enjoy the game, dude. It's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. What about the one below them with the axe and the pickaxe? Okay, so this one is, it gives you a decent cover bonus, but it takes away stamina. So it's really good if you're not moving. So like on the Russians, it's really good. The British, it can be really good. But if you're going to be doing like what we're doing, a lot of heavy pushing, I would probably not do it. It depends. I mean, you can have, you can outfit one unit out of a whole army to do specific things. So there's always good use cases. So. Okay, I think that's it for here. We could raid this, but I'd rather save the time so that we can get as many fights in as we can. Yeah, here we go. If we can summon an army here, are we fully replenished? We are. So we'll ransack. Nice, we did get a fight. It's a big one though. Oh, maybe we shouldn't have done that. Oh man, that's a big army. Do we have anything else we can upgrade? No, we're just a little bit short on both of these, unfortunately. Yeah, the Death Head, they're pretty good. Yeah, new brigade's gonna be too expensive. We need to save our money so we can get our guys fully upgraded. I want to go kind of tall on this one. All right, yeah, I think we'll be fine. They only have a single cannon, and we have a higher caliber than he does. So if he wants to trade, we'll trade. Although maybe not. Maybe we won't trade. Maybe we'll take up a defensive position and see what he does. If we need to go after him, we can. Oh, this is not bad. Tree line, and then some hedgerows. We got high ground as well. We could push and take this, but they might get there around the same time. Yeah, I think we'll just stay here. We do have these guys that have the homemade barricades, so two of these guys have cover. We'll probably use that. I'm gonna maybe put the bulk of our army right here. Cannons right here. Accuracy is good, so we're fine there. And then, yeah, like I said, we'll put these two over here in the trees. Some royal recruits as reserves. All right, that looks good. Get These guys stretched out nice and far so they can't reach us. Get our cannons moved up as close to the front line as we can, because they will probably try to artillery duel with us, and that's not necessarily a good idea. Now, I'm not too worried about them breaking through our grenadiers. Yeah, see, they have actually legit units, musketeers and recruits. So we probably need to load up on this side more. Yeah, they might turn our flank here. All right. Oh, what are you doing? Start shooting. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's way out here by himself. Oh, and he missed. He whiffed. All right, we're going to get a free kill here on these guys. We will take a volley, maybe? Maybe not. Oh, that's huge. Yoink. All right, so now we can slow these guys down. All right, now I'm going to move these guys over here to the left so we can take advantage of... we want to get hits on those musketeers because that's the valuable unit. We can take all these units with just these two grenadiers. 100% we can take all these on. We just need to make sure we don't lose our cantonists. Okay, why don't we stretch this line out a little farther? Stretch this line a little farther. We'll get these guys both out here. Alright, cannons. They're still not in range, the musketeers, so we'll wait a little bit longer. Here they go. Alright, they're in range. Let's make sure we're not getting a accuracy debuff. We're not, so we're good. We'll just leave them alone. Okay, they are going to try and turn our flank here, possibly. So we got to be ready for that. They don't have cav over here, so we can make sure our cavs stay on this side. I don't think we're going to need the morale. These grenadiers are solid. Look at that. They just shred, absolutely shred these guys. Yeah, no issues whatsoever. I keep an eye on these hussars. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull these guys over here to help. Okay, they're dead. Counter. And they're dead. Only lost 30-something units. Don't hit my cav. They hit my cav. Bastards. Okay. How are we doing on the musketeers? Not really well. Let's target this one then, maybe. Alright, let's get wider. We need to be as wide as we can against these guys. We're doing really well. Actually, our recruits are doing very, very well. I'm kind of surprised. Let's get rid of these guys since they're doubling up on us. They will break to a charge. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're going to win that anyways. Save it. This is the one where we may not actually win. Yeah, we're gonna win. We're gonna win, but you know, I guess you can never be too safe. All right, that looks good. We're not getting turned. Everybody's solid. Yeah, that our line actually came together really nicely at the end. This guy hasn't even shot. He hasn't even gotten a single volley off yet. He's getting torn to bits. Okay, we'll help with this last surf recruit. Actually, no, we don't. We don't want to help with that. Get back, get back, get back. I want these guys to get as much XP as they can. We can turn to face them. We'll lose our cover for a little bit, but that's fine. They'll survive. Yeah, these guys all need to get as much XP as they can. Hey, Potato Mage, the game's incredible. Yeah, I've got like 150, 160 hours in a couple weeks. So I consumed this game for pretty much every free minute that I had. Okay, we're looking good there. These guys are running low on ammo. That's a good sign. Let's get them to help. And then these guys, we can't really let off because they will re-emerge. Yep, here they come. Alright, they're gonna get a flank on us. We could use the cav to finish him off too, but we're gonna be disbanding these guys anyways, so it's kind of a waste. Alright, yeah, no more volleys. Alright, who do they have left? These guys. Oh, we're out of ammo, like 0. Bayonets, boys. Yeah, we'll give him the bayonet. We'll stay nearby just in case he needs help, but let's see how well they do. They're doing pretty well. We're just babysitting. That was actually better than I thought they would do. Oh yeah. So we should get some decent XP for that. Alright, morale, move, speed, horse. Oh, there we go. Chevaux de frise. That's good. We put that to use. Melee damage and move speed on the saddle's pretty good. Finally, we got some boots. Been looking for that for a while, and spontoons we'll put to use. We didn't take a ton of casualties, so we should be okay. We did use up a lot of ammo, though, so let's take tollers and ammo. Oh my god, we used a lot of ammo there. That's exactly what we needed to do. These guys got very good levels. This guy's gonna go cav. This guy's gonna go musketeer. This is gonna be some kind of melee. Veterancy gain is fine as well. Actually, don't mind that. Veterancy and stamina. 5% is kind of small though. % move speed. Whatever. Let's take the veterancy gain. We can replace these officers later if we want to get like a real min-maxy build, but I think it's probably fine. All right, in terms of weapons, I really don't want 2 cav units, but I also don't want to just waste it, so we'll keep it for now. All right, this guy can go for... Oh, you know what? We need to keep the veterancy gain on him. Morale and move speed, veterancy gain, and then melee move speed. Yeah, I think that's the right call here. Oh, these guys are ready. Yeah. So we got elite grenadiers now. These guys are just going to be insanely powerful. Look at that, 65 attack, 75 melee compared to our recruits at 32. Dragoons, I sent it. I'm probably not the right person to ask. I don't like using cav as much as most people. And when I use my cav, I only use them as melee. I don't like using ranged. I haven't found a good way to utilize them. They just don't get very much... They don't get very many kills. And they just... I feel like they use up a bunch of ammo. So it's like, I don't want them to do that. So there we go. So we got better bayonets at least. Yeah, we could probably strip these away. You're right. This guy has the spontoon. This guy has this one. Alright, what do we replace that with? Probably shoes. And I'd like to get more shoes here for him at some point, but for now we'll just give him a weapon. The musketeer, let's make sure he gets up to grenadier as soon as possible. can replace these. Let's make sure everybody down here has a spawn tune. Yep, everybody, we got a spare for when we start recruiting again. The Chevaux de Frise would be really good. Actually, these guys do get charged a lot. I wouldn't mind it on them. Not that they need it, but it will help because they're usually the targets, so it'll get rid of them. Cavalry can fire over infantry. Yep, that is true. They just don't do much damage, so. But like I said, I'm probably not the right person to ask on that. I use them very effectively as melee, but I don't really know how to use them with ranged very well. I've tried different ammo types. I've tried a couple different things. I just can't get them to work very efficiently. Like, I'd rather have another infantry unit or like a Jaeger unit, light infantry, rather than have a ranged cav. So, I don't know. Wait, do these guys all have the glowing ones? No, see, these are... Yep, that one's better. I'm tempted to start upgrading some of these too, because this guy we will probably keep for a long time. So let's actually give him more. Let's give him spirit rations and boost up his charge. Yeah, it takes him up to 36. That's pretty good. And then I'm really tempted to give him another upgrade. No, we already had one. Whoops. That's okay. We can still use some stamina, because Cav never have enough stamina. Even if they had infinite stamina, they would still need more. So that looks pretty good. Let's get a veterancy gain on one of our units over here. I think the morale for Musketeer not that important. Maybe for these guys, it would be pretty nice. So we'll spend a little bit of money. And so he doesn't feel left out, we'll give him the bonus too. I got 2 kids, and anytime one gets one, the others complain, it's not fair. So we'll avoid that. I would station cav on flanks and have them fire, then countercharge enemy cav. Yeah, you can get, like I said, you can use them that way. I just, the amount of value you get out of it versus if I just had an artillery unit, like I could have done more with that same. Me personally, I'm not saying that's the best way to do them, but I just haven't used them very well. Jaegers that can run any unit down. Yeah, that's true. But if you compare like a good Jaeger unit versus a good cav unit, the Jaeger units, like yesterday I had was it the light infantry, the French Jaeger, the Chasseur? They were getting consistently like 1,500 to 2,000 kills per battle. The only time you're going to get that with Cav is if they're doing melee. So, like I said, the ranged part of the Cav I just don't find very convincing, personally. So, we still need to find secure encampment. Yeah, we still need to get one more encampment so we can get that Grenadier. Man. Hey, Tony. Love your channel and content. Been wondering where you are. Yeah, it's been a while. I've started to post stuff again the last couple weeks, but yeah, I'm slowly getting back into it. Had some issues with behind the scenes stuff on the channel, but everything's good now. Recommend build for Jaegers? Yeah, stack accuracy and range, and then get buck and ball as soon as you can. You get your first volley off at range, and then you immediately switch to your buck and ball, and they get close. And I'm not exaggerating, they will kill 300 units per volley. It's insane. And they reload really fast. So yeah, stack as much accuracy as you can. And then you always want to keep your Jaegers attached to your infantry line, so that when the cav come after you, you just fall back for half a second. They charge, you break the charge, and then you move forward again. I'll cover that in a guide for sure. All right. What was I doing here? I don't know what I want to sell yet, so I'm going to keep some of this stuff. Just the junk we'll get rid of. And then riding boots, move speed +6 is actually pretty good. We put some junk on this guy, so let's get rid of that. He doesn't have horseshoes. It's only 2 move speed, though. Yeah, that's fine. Another higher tier. So let's get that in there. Perfect. And then we'll have some backups for when we start our next brigade. Keep them embedded in the line and try to make false gaps. Yeah, that works. So if you're like trying to min-max or play optimally, I usually go as long a range as you can, artillery, maxed out accuracy, and just snipe their artillery. And then you use some high caliber, like light infantry and line infantry that have really good accuracy and range. And they will get 1,000 to 1,500 kills per match. Easily. Your artillery can get a lot of kills too, but usually just get enough artillery to snipe their artillery and you don't have to worry about getting bombarded. And then your line infantry will hold everything off. You maybe 1 or 2 cav in reserve to countercharge their cav, and then you should be good. And then everybody, all your line infantry should have Chevaux de Frise, these things. And then no cav's gonna really bother you. Late game cav can cause problems if you have Fusiliers. Grenadiers will have no problem, but Fusiliers might struggle, which is why you probably want to keep a unit of cav in reserve to countercharge. But yeah, you shouldn't have any problems winning with a composition like that. All right, we need to start fighting these guys. So there's 2 that I'd like to, at least 2 that we should be able to deal with. Oh wait, is that only the one? That's only one, shoot. All right, there's probably one out here. Let's go deal with this encampment then. Hopefully we'll see the army. What do you got for me? Ooh, man. That's hard to find these. I am gonna do that because we're gonna buff the hell out of this guy. But the good thing is we get some of that money back by selling the sword, so that's a fair trade. We don't want accuracy, and I don't care about melee damage received. Start saving these axes, those are pretty good. Looks like we're probably okay. We could pick up some more Chevaux de Frise. Are you going to go full strat on Europa Versailles 5? Probably. Probably. Hey, Misophonia. Yeah, I've been waiting for that game for such a long time. EU4 was my most played game for a long time. I think it still had more hours in EU4 than I do Bannerlord. So it's like 6,000 hours or something. Penguin donated five gifted memberships. Thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that, man. It really helps support the channel. Griff and I use that money to pay for all the subscriptions for like assets and sound effects and all that stuff. So I appreciate it, man. It really does help. Yeah, I'm making guides again. I went off on a little tangent for a few months, but we're good now. All right, let's get down here. Oh, nice. Yeah, you're not getting out. We also need to save up to get a better cannon. That's what we should probably do next. Yeah, EU4 is a great game. Dude, look at how much cab they have. They're gonna get stomped. Oh boy. So let's try to keep our casualties kind of slim so we can take XP gain, because I do want to get these recruits up. And then I don't mind running people down with a provincial cav, because the sooner they get up to max tier, the better. Sketch, sorry if I already asked, just went to pick up some food. Will you be pumping out grandma guides for this? I'll probably do a grandma guide, yeah. I'm kind of... most likely I'll change the format that I do for a lot of the guides. More like top 10 or top 100 tips rather than like fully detailed covering every little thing, because I noticed those videos, depending on the game, they don't tend to do very well, and it's a lot of work. And I can get basically the same info out if I just do it in like a tips tips format. It's just a little bit different format. Wait, let me get my hotkeys ready here. Alright, now I don't know where they're going to be placing all their units here. So, and I don't care about cover because their danger is not in their range units. It's going to be in their cav. So we just need to keep an eye where those cav charges are going to come from. Yeah, see, like these guys could be a pain. So what I'm going to do here is this might be a little risky, but I'm going to try something different. So it looks like they're going to load up heavy on the left side. Potentially, I'm not sure, but potentially. We should be able to counter any of their melee. Like that. What are we shooting at? Recruits? Yeah, I don't mind that, actually. We should probably focus fire down one unit at a time. We've already hit that, so let's do... We're gonna try multi-line. It'll be like a little chain gun. So if you know they're coming from a specific direction, you can kind of create your own volley fire system. It's kind of fun. They are starting to wrap around. Let's not let them do that. Getting flanked by cav is not a... Oh, and they're running anyway, so it doesn't matter. We can... Yep, okay, so they're gonna charge. We need to come out ahead if we're gonna get there in time. We should be fine here. Yeah, they're, let's not even bother. They're gonna shred them so fast. Alright, didn't matter. Didn't even matter. Alright, let's go back to nice wide line. Did they eventually charge? They did not. Alright, so there we go. They fired. As they're reloading, these guys come up and we just walk them down like this. Oh, this is so cheesy, but kind of funny. Maybe not cheesy. I guess it's historically accurate, right? Fire by rank, boys. You could do that with like 6 or 7 units and just infinitely fire. And you can do it on retreat as well. Actually, I'm going to have these guys hold fire because they're going to get charged. All right, here comes another cav. We should be fine. Let's get these guys over here. Who are you shooting at? That's fine. Yeah, I don't want these guys shooting at us because they're causing casualties, so let's get rid of them. Here we go. So you want to save your volley for the last second. Put them on hold fire. Right about here. You can go a little more than that, but then you're risking it. And look at that. They basically died before they even got there. So insanely effective if you can pull it off. It's a little nerve-wracking the first couple times you do it, because if they hit you, they're going to cancel your volley and you will have nothing. So... Okay, Grenadiers, get out of here. You're no longer needed. Get out. Get out. You're gonna take all that XP. Alright, you can go... These guys are ready to shoot next as well. I'm gonna get them moving first. There we go. Yeah, we didn't take too many losses there, and I think our little side units actually did pretty well. I might actually do that more. That seems pretty effective. It's kind of a meme. It's really effective against cavalry if you can get like 2 volleys off on them before they reach you. You can get 1 at range and then fall back and then get 1 from point blank. But we'll see. Sam does things. How did you get better time to work for Banner 1.3? Neither the Nexus or Steam version working. Let me see if I can find the one that I have. Oh crap, it's gonna make me log in. All right, yeah, I'll try and find the link. Yeah, there is one on Nexus that works. It may not be the one that you downloaded, but there is one that works for sure. Let's take the veterancy. Like I said, we want to pump as much XP into these guys as we can. Beautiful. And we're looking real good on all of our mana. What do we get there anyways? Charge and move speed. That'll be good. Oh, it's only infantry though. Right, that's fine. And then we got an axe. We can be an axe murderer here. Let's go and get that on him. Yeah, 3 axe. We don't really blow through that much ammo, so I'm not too concerned about that. But all right, let's keep moving. I think we're moving south. There's got to be an elite army down here. Check all these out as well. We got some back. That's fine. Ooh, nice. Charville. Perfect. And then we got, what else did we get? Neustadt, Potsdam. I think we already have the good ones here. Yeah, the land pattern is pretty good as well. All right, yeah, we'll hang on to these because, like I said, we will need them for each new recruit that we get. Oh yeah, this guy's ready to upgrade. Perfect. Now he can actually hit something because he's been pretty terrible. We do need to get him some gear, but still not a good excuse. Alright, let's just take whatever reserves we got, and we got our grenadiers. That is very nice. So I'm gonna probably swap this guy out for now. Or, you know what, we could just hire... new brigade. Shoot, do we want to do that? I'm gonna save him just for now. We might pull him out before the next big fight, but we'll see. Let's see if there's anything useful down here. Nice. Field army. And it's gonna give us a free artillery. We don't want 7 days to pass, and I would rather fight a bigger army anyways, so that actually is to our benefit. Prussian battalion artillery. Ooh, that means he probably has a cannon already. Ah, it's a 3-pounder. Okay, let's start another regiment then. And what I'm going to do is make this an artillery regiment. We'll put our grenadier down here. Get rid of your grenades. Yeah, I wish the axe were longer. So I wish you could adjust some settings that would make them longer, like maybe different maps or like a challenge mode or something where you can play for longer with a certain thing, a certain army, kind of build them up a little bit, but that'd be kind of cool. This guy has canister round. Let's dump that. I've never been able to use those effectively unless you get on somebody's flank, and you should probably be careful with your artillery on the flank. I guess you could. Okay, we need to equip this guy properly. So he already has a good rifle. Let's make sure. I need to get a surgeon for him, because he's not going to be on the front line, unfortunately. Yeah, charge and move speed is fine. Can't use any of these. Something like that. So they just got high, really high endurance. Yeah, we can push him pretty hard. So this guy's very effective in melee. incredibly effective in melee. So even without good items, he's already beating our other two. I had this guy moving at like 40 or 50 move. It was like 51 move speed my last match that I tried this out on, and he was. I had to put him in his own control group because he would get to the enemy lines like 2 minutes before the rest of my army would. And I had, you know, you just gotta keep moving him back. So. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we can do here. I can put some stuff on here, though. Accuracy would be good on the cannon. Actually, that reminds me. No, yeah, I already have the smoke pipe, so that's good there. It doesn't really matter what we put on this guide. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and fight it. This is gonna be a tough one. Well, it probably won't be, to be honest, but it'll be an interesting one. Yeah, Prussian discipline, exactly. Yeah, EU4, getting your discipline so that you can basically just stack wipe anything. You just touch it and it stack wipes. Okay, what's the plan here? We have 439 and 350 on the range. They have 4, so we outrange them, which is good. They will have to come to us. That's actually really good because now we can set up defensively. Get our grenadiers in the front. These guys in the back. I don't know what we'll do. We probably need to put 2 and 1. The musketeers should be able to hold on their own for the most part. Something like this. And then these guys can probably hold over here on their own. We've got a full front line of musketeers, grenadiers, I mean. And then everything else looks good. Let's get our... I don't know where we'll put our cav. But you know what? Let's put the Winterfeld on the side because they have less casualty replenishment. So they will take the brunt of it. If they take the brunt of it, it's going to cost us more. So we'll keep him in the front, but kind of on the side. And then these guys, let's get them closer to the front. Shoot as soon as we can. I don't know what we'll do, if we'll counter battery or not. All right, we're gonna blade ourselves off just a little bit and then further back slightly. Like I said, we want these guys to take the majority of the attacks. So when they come in, they'll probably go for a flank. And then we'll move these guys up. Let's pull them back just a little bit more. And then same thing here. These guys can kind of blade off a little bit. Our Winterfeld a little bit further out there. All right. Yeah, we're shooting at the field artillery. That's good. Even our little cannon could shoot at it. Hell yeah. Blast that idiot. It's got 36 kills already. Who are you shooting at? Damn it. That's the one unit I didn't want him shooting at. We still get 25 back, at least. Yeah, he'll go down in about 3 volleys, maybe. Dude, that's so much damage. That's so stupid, man. It shouldn't be that much damage. We're in cover, all that stuff. All right, let's back up. I want him to shoot at these guys. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's much better. We get 55% of that back. All right, what cav are we up against? Cossack, Cossack, and Cossack. They've got 1 unit of musketeers on that flank and then 1 right here. Should be fine. Yeah, we should be fine. I don't even know where we need to put the cav, but I do want them to run some people down. So we'll probably have them do that. Come on, guys, hit the artillery. Dude, you're just freaking missing everything. There you go. Somebody hit. All right, here comes the line. Yeah, these guys are going to tear them up. They do get the height advantage, but I'm not too concerned about it. All right, there, he's about to break. So a couple more volleys, that artillery will be gone. Hey, Sky Cloud. Hey, AoE, what's up, man? Don't forget to change the musketeer bayonet. Oh, he probably has the crappy one, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I'll swap it out. He shouldn't be in melee because he's not really on the front line. So hopefully it's okay this turn. But yeah, I gotta remember to do that. Thank you for reminding me. This game it plays a little bit like Total War, but it's not really like Total War. It's kind of like a combo of a few other games. Really fun game though. Definitely worth checking out. All right, here they come, and I'm fine with it. All right, did we finally get the artillery? No, we didn't. All right, get in there. Oh, they didn't even survive long enough for that. And unfortunately, they're just gonna keep going. Dude, what are you doing? I guess he routed them, that's fine, but... Yeah, I hate when that happens. I don't want the AI to take over my units. I'd rather control my own units. Now I know when they're charged, they kind of ignore command, but oh, they almost went to 0 on that. That was bad for them. But once the unit routes, they should let control go so that you can have your unit back. Yeah, I don't like that they did that. I know he kind of fixed it, but it's still a bit of an issue. Let's not. Actually, we should be fine. Alright, where do we want to steal the XP from? Probably the center. So let's just go straight in. And then we'll put maximum pressure here. So Cav, artillery, everybody's hitting him. And then we'll run him down to 0 so that these guys will get as much XP as they can hold. That should be a near instant rout, maybe, by the second one. Not quite, but close enough. Alright, keep chasing, keep chasing. These guys are going to turn to shoot, but it doesn't matter. Alright, now I don't want these provincial cav, because we're going to get rid of them eventually. Actually, they can go... No, I don't want them chasing anything. Let's just get them back. They'll have like 1,000 kills by the end or more. That'll be good. All right, these guys don't need to be hogging all the XP. How are we doing over here? Perfect. They're routing. So pretty much over. We'll speed it up. There we go. Mind telling us the name to check it out, please? Yeah, it's called Master of Command. Yeah, it just came out yesterday on Steam, and it should still be on sale for a little bit. Nice. More stuff for the artillery. Yep, no problem, Sky. We don't need most of this stuff. I wouldn't mind some more money, but I think we still need to keep taking veterancy. We really do need to get as much XP as we can. Oh, that's juicy. All right, what do we need on this? 5 4 or 5. That's not bad. We'll be at French Royal Cavalry in no time. And then we'll have a really good unit. Is this a Bannerlord killer? Definitely not. No, it's a very different kind of game. It's fun. It's just not in the same genre. What do we want? Charge? Yeah, we'll take charge damage, 10%. Yeah, we're doing mostly melee and charge. Right now, this unit needs more. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. No, we already have boots, so we can sell these. We're not getting any more cav. And then somebody reminded me to change this. Here we go. Rate 1 to 10. This is probably an 8 or a 9. I really do enjoy this game a lot. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's not going to be the same as like a Total War. Your campaigns are going to be much shorter. You can get through a whole campaign in 6 hours if you're really pushing fast. Probably faster than that, to be honest. If you were speedrunning it, maybe like 3 or 4 hours. But I would say if you're taking your time and you're trying to get as much out of it, you could probably get 10 to 12 hours in one campaign, something like that. Buck and ball is only accurate at short range, but if you have a long range musket like a Jaeger rifle, then your buck and ball is going to be accurate at still a really crazy range. Why would it be good for Jaegers? Because if you get long range on a Jaeger and then you go buck and ball, everybody else has to get in close. Like you shoot farther than anybody else, so they have to close the distance. You get that first volley off at max range. By the time they close the distance, you've already reloaded your buck and ball, and you're gonna do like twice the damage. It's insane. Yeah, you gotta try it. Okay, what else? I think we're good. Let's just keep moving. I'm pretty confident we can take on the big armies now, so we can get more doctrines. So we'll head back. Oh, here's one. Right in the swamps. We'll check out the fort, see if it's an easy one. Alright, we already got the breach, that's fine. Yeah, we can use one of our grenade items. Nice, we got it. That was so effortless. Perfect. Give us a good one, please. Combat effectiveness. Hell yeah. And infantry move speed. This is shaping up to be really nice. Okay, we got that. Got more rifles. Probably more than we need, but it's fine. There we go. This one's good at charge. This one's good at melee. I usually don't charge my infantry unless it's a grenadier. So I guess we could technically do that. But then these are way better for countering cavalry. Yeah, these are much better against cav because you don't counter... Well, you can countercharge, but I'd rather keep my brace. So how do you make your money and food? Is there a government type system? No, you get it from... You can buy it from towns or you loot it from other armies that you fight. Like right now we're going to go up against a big army. When we beat them, we get loot and we can take loot in terms of money. We can take food, stuff like that. Alright, this is a pretty serious battle. This might have been a mistake, but I'm hoping not. I am concerned about these artillery pieces. Look at how small our... I feel so emasculated here with our little cannons. We've got one cannon that matches theirs, but this one is little rinky-dink. Trying to think here. So only 2 cav units, a lot of infantry, so most likely we're gonna have to go into melee and just like break their center and then start chewing them from the inside. Bannerlord is at a long content drought. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, they've got Fusiliers, which are good at range, not so good in melee. And, oh, I didn't realize they had all these Jaeger, these light infantry. Damn, this is gonna be tough. Let's see, what is our range? 439. They're at same as us, exact same. And 405. They do have a 12-pound unicorn. That's going to be the problem. So we most likely need to just punch through. Hey, extra large, what's going on, man? Yeah, most likely we will have to punch through their formation. So let's go ahead and set up, assuming that's what we're going to do. So we'll go 3 battle lines. This is not going to be pretty. I'm just telling you right now, it's not going to be pretty at all. But it is what it is. Okay, column. Yeah, we're just going to go straight down the middle. Yeah, see, this guy's way faster because he's got the dog, the greyhound. So plus 10 movement speed. Ooh, nice. They're actually coming to us. That's pretty good. We can wait the first volley out here in the woods, maybe. And then we want to have a nice firing line behind them to support. Cav to support the firing line. General to support the firing line because they're not that good. And then we need to get our cannons into the clearing so we can actually get shots off. So let's not get in the woods. We'll open up right here. All right, they're actually stopping, so we just need to push. We're going to push straight this way. Yeah, I wish that was better. It's anytime you click it, it makes it like crooked to the right. It's kind of annoying, but it's all right. All right, hold up, hold up, hold up. Where's the rest of our formation? Where is everybody? Are they in range? You're not in range. Get up here, dudes. Okay, we have to take out the Jaegers first. They're easy targets and they shred fast. Let's go ahead and force march. Oh no, we can't. Dude, why were they on force march that whole time? Oh my god. All right, this is bad. They're too far up there and we don't have our units in the back to help support. This is actually really bad. All right, I thought they were going to be catching up, but they're not at all catching up. We got rid of 3 light infantry at least. So that's good. We'll take out some of their units right now. I'm going to hold steady so we can counter the cavalry charge. These guys can go though. All right, let's follow this up. We're going to send our cav through the hole. We need to keep these guys fresh. So we'll counter their artillery with our cav instead. Like these guys, we're going to take a volley to the face. Can't do much about it. All right, stop chasing. There you go. All right, let's go. Get back there, boys. And then our line back here is still alive. Let's just get our artillery to start shooting at whatever. We don't even need them right now, to be honest. What are we going to do here? We got 3 units. Why did I do that? There we go. So these guys will help support over there. And then you get away from that side because you're going to get hit pretty hard in the back. Oh, I forgot to send my cav. I'm an idiot. Yeah, we just got We just got blasted. My bad. Alright, these guys need to stop chasing so they can get their stamina back. Yeah, you can chase whatever the hell you want, because I need you to get as many kills. Wait, you still have an artillery? Are you kidding me? Oh my god, I missed it. Yeah, they're just picking us off. Okay, what are we doing here? These guys can turn. I think between the artillery and the cover fire, we should be able to handle this side with just these. Yeah, take out the musketeers. And then these guys should be fine on the hill. They'll have a pretty big advantage. Let's fall back. Let's go a solid line here. That. You can get some kills too when no. I just want him to get kills, not the other one. Okay, how we doing? Yeah, it looks like we're gonna do okay here. I'm telling you, these grenadiers early game are, oh my god, 17, almost 1800, 1500, 780. That is crazy. These guys are ready to rout. They just need one little push. So why don't you hit them? One tiny little push and they're out. Let's get these guys out. Alright, perfect. He's gone. Switch your targeting. Switch your targeting. Should be fine there. And then we're going to about face these guys as soon as we can. Because we're going to get pushed from this side. Oh, don't do that. Yep, how about you chase them off? Yep, they should be fine. Yeah, this is very French themed. This is very French themed. We can just harass this guy by running around in circles. No, he's gonna get shots off. Lovely. But now he's giving himself flanking damage. Dude, piss off, man. Jesus Christ. How is he still hitting me? Alright, get these guys to wheel the other way, because we're gonna get charged. Or, yep. Pushed a little bit. Alright, how are we doing here? These guys are starting to flee, but that's fine. Let's make sure they don't come back. Actually, yeah, pull him off. I don't want him to get the kills. We want our French boy here to get as many as he can. 1,000 is good, but we can get up to like 1,500 or more, I think. Assuming these guys hold out. If the enemy retreats, then he's gone. They only have one unit left. Not much we can do. They're probably gonna retreat now. Actually, no, pull these guys back. Yeah, pull back. Let him alive, stay alive for just a little bit longer. Okay, good. Are you not? Oh my god, they're not even getting shots off. You ding-dongs. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we'll let him get one more volley off. And the cannons did it. There we go. So that was a pretty tough fight, but not as hard as it seemed. Alright, 1,600 losses. We probably... Oh boy, we're gonna have a dilemma here. We took a lot of losses, but we need ammo and we need manpower. I'm gonna take the ammo because I think we'll probably get most of that back. Most of this 1,700 we'll get back, I think. All right, doctrine. I'm gonna take flanking fire damage. Yeah, I don't know. Not that crazy, but take it. Oh, look at that. He just shot right up. So we can go this route. And we'll need a little bit more manpower for that. Oh boy, we're out. This guy needs 7. These guys are ready though. Do we pick up? No, it stays the same size, 1400. So we do need manpower. Okay, final perk here. Charge. Oh, damn. Volley fire by rank is really good though. We'll continue along the charge theme though. So charge damage, melee, minus melee damage, and then melee damage. So it's pretty heavy on the melee. This guy, starting off, we probably want to go artillery on this one. We'll get 1 full artillery, so plus 10% range is really good. Also, one thing I've noticed, if it says for a specific unit that it only works for that unit, if it doesn't specify the unit, it works for all the units. So for example, this range is for infantry, artillery, cavalry, everybody. If it says artillery range, it only works for artillery. So that's how that works. This guy can get, no, that's actually not. Yeah, I don't think we need too much morale on our cav. They seem to be doing okay, so I would rather have the stamina, and eventually we'll swap it for charge damage. Oh, we just have so much crap to go through. We did get more veterancy gain. Yeah, this bothers me, man. I'm super organized, but obviously not right now. Alright, these guys, we can squeeze one more in. Let's get that veterancy gain. Would be nice if we had another one. Yeah, I do want to boost this guy up quite a bit, actually. What would we even give him, though? We are... No, the ammo's not really a problem. It's the manpower. Why don't we take a bit less melee damage for now? We'll replace it with something better. Actually... No. No, I think that's fine. Okay, that's fine. We need to get somewhere that has manpower. We got 2 more headquarter battles that we have to get to. Alright, we're not going to spend any money. We're just going to steal their stuff, I think. Right, do we want... You know what? That would be good on our cav, though. Excellent quality. Yeah, that's worth it. That's worth it. We'll put it on this guy. He already has a ration anyway, so that's perfect. We're not going to spend any money on that. Man, I want to fight another battle here, but we can't. We can't afford to because we don't even have a full army. You know what we could do is we could still fight it. We could just leave this guy weak and leave him in the back. And then if we fight it, we will get replenishment from that. So yeah, I think I'm going to do it like that. We really do need to make... we need to get something out of this. So hopefully there's an army. Perfect. You were going to be our manpower replenishment. Alright, 2 6-pounders. Nothing too scary. We've got 480 range on ours, so we actually do have pretty good range. I think they're gonna have to come to us. See what they do. Yeah, looks like they're coming to us, so we'll set up. All right. All right, cannons are in place. Let's get them ready. The Winterfeld can protect this. We'll go 1 and 2. Front line should be solid. Let's see where they develop their line, and then we'll move our reserves to accommodate. And then yeah, these cav, I just want to leave in the back. I don't even want to use them actually. So why don't we take him out of the control group? There we go. So I'm just going to leave him back here. All right, how are we looking? Artillery should start opening up on theirs. Perfect. Yeah, this looks fine. Maybe 1 unit on this side. Two units kind of bladed off like we usually do on the side. Make sure that most of the attention goes on our grenadiers, and then we should be good there. All right, they are hitting our grenadiers. Perfect. That's who we want them to target. We're not going to target their artillery. Let's switch targeting to maybe some infantry or cav. Actually, the cav would be... it doesn't really matter. They're not very good. But still, probably a better target than... Yeah, that's fine. Also, you don't have to kill a unit completely. If you take it down to half, I mean, that basically means that unit's not going to be effective in combat. So when you're trying to do your shot placements on your artillery, you don't have to take something down to 0. You know, if it has just a sliver of morale left, anything that touches it, your line touches it, it's going to shatter. So you could probably get more value out of hitting something else. Now, unfortunately, these cannons are starting to tear us apart pretty badly. So why don't we switch back to them? Damn, that thing does a lot of damage. All right, we're hitting them, but no, it's not worth it. It's going to take forever to burn through that. Let's start working on their cav, and then if we break free, we can just take their cav out and then work on their... So we can send our cav through the middle once we break their center. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. All right, we should be fine here. It's just a matter of how many casualties we'll take. Let's focus the musketeers. Okay, that looks good. Let's get these guys up a little bit. These guys are getting shots off on somebody. That's perfect. We can wheel them around a little bit. Dude, so much casualties taken on these freaking units, man. Like, I specifically put them off so that they didn't get targeted, but it doesn't matter. They just keep going after them. Alright, we need to kill those artillery because they are wreaking havoc. Here we go. They forgot about us. We slipped by. Should be no problem here taking their units out. All right, they're done. We won that side. Yeah, it's just a matter of charge, please. Their cav are going to stop us, unfortunately, so we're going to take a volley to the face. Oh my god, that still hurts like hell, but all right, we got him. All right, got that. Oh, and these guys, these guys recovered in the time that took us to run right past them. Of course they did. Of course they did. All right, they're gonna break though. Dead. Make sure they're shattered. Let's get our musketeers in there because they need the levels. Whatever. These guys should do pretty well. Oh, again, man. Again. Dude, piss off. Jesus. Their whole army just keeps coming back. Alright, we'll hit them with some cannons. Maybe that'll get them to go away. Yeah, because I don't want to take too many more losses on these guys. Our cannons did pretty well. They got a decent amount of kills. Oh, they're gone. All right, sweet. So that worked out, but damn, I can't wait till we get another surgeon so we can put it on that front. Dio Brando, is the game worth it? Yeah, I think so. That might have been an old question, actually. I already answered that. My bad. Let's, for sure, we're taking reservists. And that hopefully is enough. Good, good, good. Our cav is moving up really fast. Yep, we're back up to square, so no problem there. We've got stamina move speed or melee damage move speed. I think melee's probably fine. We didn't run out of stamina. This guy can upgrade again already. Huge, look at that increase in melee. Almost double. So that's a big step up. Artillery, we need 5. And then this one should be 5 as well. Yeah. So we're not quite ready to upgrade there. Okay. Damn, dude, we need more units. Hopefully we get uncover the map encounters. No, we had to pay for nothing, that's fine. So there's one right there. We already took one out, so we need to figure out where the other doctrine. They could be right here. That would be unfortunate. Could also be somewhere in here. Maybe down here. I'm gonna... Oh, there he is. Nice, we got him. See what this encampment is first. Alright, training. Training is really good. No upgrades though. This one's 5 or 6? 6. Alright, 6, we'll have it. Do I need to swap any of this stuff? I probably do actually. Let's, because these guys are really good at shooting now. So I need to go back through and swap some of the junk that I threw on them. Any kind of reload or accuracy. Yeah, like this one. I can swap for... Oh, whoops. That's the same type. I wouldn't mind giving him entrenching tools. Oh, because we have the freaking thing. Alright. That's alright. You can have your sleeping bag back. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I want to see if there's a town here so we can hire 2 more units before this fight, but I think we don't really have the time. Because we need to take this out and then rush up here and take this out and get the 2 doctrines. So I think we just go for it. Oh, no, oh, no, he's running. Nice. So we'll take both of these. That's going to be 2 big fights. We'll get a lot of XP for it. This one, with 5 artillery regiments, we have to push. They have mostly cav, so our grenadiers are going to perform really well against them. Is there anything we need to change up? I don't think so. We'll spend a little money and give this guy some more morale. Yeah, that's it. Let's just go for it. And I've noticed my chat hasn't updated in a long time. Let me refresh real quick. There we go. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody's. All right, it's getting hot here too. I gotta turn on my AC. All right, what are we doing here? So, oh, that's like the worst case scenario. A freaking river. Can we get them to chase us across the river is the question, though. And we might actually be able to if we take this corner. Yeah, I really don't want to run over a river because it's going to slow us down severely. And I'm just not interested in doing that. You know, their artillery are falling behind, so we could get some shots on them right here. Yeah, we might as well. Alright, let's form up. So front line, usual. Reserves. Spread out into firing lines. Both cav are operational this match, so that's good. Alright, you gotta get more than 20 kills per shot, man. Come on. They still haven't crossed the river, which does concern me. I think they might start shooting soon. No, they actually don't have the range. Yeah, they're gonna have to cross. This guy might. These other two may not, though. Let's take advantage of this guy. He's very isolated, and it's a veteran unit. These are very strong range units. So if we can wipe them out quickly. Have you seen the new patch 1.3.2 on Bannerlord? I saw the patch notes. I haven't played it yet, though. It didn't look like they changed much. Alright, they're retreating. Kind of as expected. Yeah, everybody's pretty much on this side. These guys are on the other side, but that's fine. Oh my god, dude. 100 losses in one volley. From a 6-pound gun. I thought they fixed it, man. I thought they fixed the artillery. Clearly they didn't. That's insane for such a small caliber. Like, that's not even supposed to be a good artillery piece. I don't know, maybe you just got a lucky volley or something, but that's pretty insane. Okay, let's go. We gotta move because they're gonna pick us off pretty fast. Yeah, they're gonna chew those guys up. Well, anyways, dude, this is so stupid. This is so dumb. Can't do anything about it. All right, we gotta get our our guys up there. We're gonna force march. If we can get a volley off, we should be able to take the artillery out without having to charge them. Yep, there we go. One down. And we're gonna keep charging. We'll get this other guy to volley this other one. This is fucking stupid, man. Alright, just charge into anything so that you don't get shot. Please don't attack the one that already shot at, dude. That's not what I clicked on, bro. Fucking stupid, man. No, I want you to charge. Alright, they're sending their cav in. We need to countercharge. Actually, I'm gonna send cav to go after them because I need... Oh, I can't cancel. I can't cancel anymore. Okay, are you guys at least remotely close? No, you're not. Alright, artillery are still in range to get some damage in, that's fine. These guys are they're gonna get killed. We need to follow him. If they go too low, they will go to 0, which is not good. Let's get these guys back. Just get in there. Yeah, let's get our cav to take out these field artillery. Oh, nice. Alright, keep going, keep charging. They have more artillery, so we're gonna try to maneuver so that we can get infantry on infantry. Infantry on infantry, cav on artillery. Okay, I don't want you to chase... Wait, what? No, that's our... Yeah, that's our grenadiers, that's fine. Alright, can you... Oh, dude, these guys are all gonna come back. These Cossacks are coming back. Yeah, we just need to... Okay, we won that. These cavs should be able to counter all these. I haven't paying attention to these guys. Oh, nice. Reinforcements, finally. Get in there, dude. These guys aren't doing anything. They need to go take out the artillery. Why did they stop, man? Come on, game. Alright, we're gonna lose these cav, which is fine. I don't care, because they're temporary anyways. We lost a... Fucking Christ, man. We lost our general, our officer. Lovely. I don't know what is over here shooting us, but these guys just got completely mauled. We're gonna lose these grenadiers as well. Yeah, this was tough. Yeah, the Cossacks might have had a rifle. I don't know. Well, we got it. So, yeah, we lost one of our officers, which is not good. I think that was our level 5. We might have lost a unit if we went really low. We'll see. If we lost this grenadier, I have to restart the campaign. It's just, that's too much of a loss. So, we'll see. Alright, we have to take conscript. Otherwise, we won't have enough people. Casualties restored, that's a no-brainer. So now, 15% more. Okay, we didn't lose a unit. We lost our tier 5 officer, which does suck quite a bit. Yeah, that really does suck a lot, but it is what it is. Charge. I'm gonna move this guy over. Alright, we need more range and accuracy. Accuracy and range, perfect. We'll take both. That's actually perfect. And we're starting to get too much stuff. We need to sell some stuff off. Let's go ahead and max range. Yeah, we have way too much stuff. This is actually really bad. It's because we had to come down here. There's no towns. There's no settlements or anything. I do want to fight this. but we get replenishment, maybe 1 tick, and then fight it. Something like that, maybe. We doing on time? 3 hours? Yeah, let's see. I gotta get lunch for my boy. Let's see here. What do they got? 400 and 400. We do we do 520. So we do outrange them. We'll let them come to us. We seem to do better. Yeah, defense is way easier in this game than offense. But I mean, that's kind of true for most, I guess, most things. We'll get a solid front line. Musketeers on this flank. We'll probably just keep some units over here on this flank. We should be fine. Let's speed this up. All right, let's go ahead and unlimber. All right, priorities here. I'd like to just snipe their artillery. So who's the main threat? They're both the same. Just take this guy out then. Stop moving forward. Just shoot. You're in range, dude. Did he go out? Okay, he's still behind the wall. That's fine. Stop, dude. They're literally in range. What are you doing? Weird. I don't know what's going on there. As soon as they pass that line, you can target them. I don't know why it was doing that. That was weird. All right. Anyways, they did take the hill, which is going to give them an advantage. But hopefully, oh, they're counter battering. Unfortunately. All right. Let's get out so that we don't get splashed. Oh my god, dude! Are you kidding me? They've already killed him. We have to back. We have to back. That is ridiculous, man. That's so absurd. Please limber and just go. Maybe they're not in range anymore. What are they targeting? Yeah, they're targeting our infantry now. That's fine. Hey, Wyatt. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, just some annoying stuff. Some annoying stuff. They did take the hill, so it makes sense that their accuracy would be a little higher, but it's literally within 2 points, and they're beaming us, and we can't even touch them. So, a little annoyed at that. But what can you do? Alright, we should probably use our gentleman cavalry here, just punch through, so that's what I'm going to do. We'll use our Freikorps to follow up. They don't have anything to defend here, they just have a couple cav units, which we will absolutely smash if they try to defend. Definitely not Bannerlord, yeah. It's a good game though, it's really fun. Still getting used to the changes that they made to the did we? Yeah, that's fine. To the changes they made to the artillery. It's quite different now. Oh, they missed most of that volley. We need to get past these guys. Actually, let's just get them out. There we go. And then all right, let them waste some of their charge. There we go. We should be able to take him out before this one hits. There we go. And then we turn everybody on him. So two 2v1s instead of a 2v2. I'm gonna peel this guy off. Yeah, get that recruit before they come back. And then please, for the love of God, kill these stupid cannons. Got him. Alright, we're good. Now we can get as many kills as we want with the good cat. Actually, let's make sure these guys hit level 7 so they can get upgraded, because they've been really close to an upgrade for a long time now. And then the rest, these guys have, yeah, these guys actually have 55% replenishment, so they can take as much damage as they want. I don't really care. 1,000 kills, 500 kills, we'll take it. Do you feel challenged by the AI at all? Yeah, especially on the higher difficulty settings, it's pretty tough. The AI is not amazing, but it's definitely proficient. The last patch, the AI was terrible, but the change that they made recently was quite good. So only 800 losses, that's not bad. We do need to get ammo because we're starting to run low, so we'll take ammo this time. There we go. These guys hit level 7, so we can upgrade them. Do you feel challenged by the AI at all? Yeah, if you don't have the right army composition, it can be a tough fight, for sure. So there we go. These guys are maxed. These guys are 2 levels from being maxed. Have you seen the guy that owns the game? Yeah, I've been talking to him. I was talking to him during the development a little bit as well. Yeah, nice guy. All right, here we go. We got final upgrade for this artillery. Now we just need to buy them some real cannons. And then we need to get an officer. We can't afford to take attrition here, so... Alright, a weak field army. By Totenkopf Hussars. Yeah, I don't want to do too much more Cav. I'll probably just keep those 2. I was only going to have 1, but then the Freikorps. The Freikorps doesn't really have a good unit, so I went with Cav instead, but maybe I should have done the artillery. Yeah, it's the armchair historian guy. Yep, that's him. Alright, we do have to fight an army, but we kind of need it to replenish. Alright, what time is it? Yeah, I probably need to go. I need to feed my kid and then pick up my other one from school a little bit after, so... I'm going to cut this one here. I will probably continue this on the live stream, so I'll probably live stream this campaign till I'm done, so we'll see. I might be able to get back on here tonight. We'll see. If not, it'll be tomorrow. For sure tomorrow, because Wednesday I have more time. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed Master Command. I do really enjoy this game, and I would throw my little temper tantrums once in a while, but once we get past the weird stuff, then yeah, it's a really fun game. Jimmy Chow, yep, it's on Steam now. So it just came out yesterday. I think it's like 10% or 20% off right now. There's a little sale going on. So, but anyways, I appreciate everybody that showed up. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.